See, and I know how that goes sometimes because when you get to joking, because probably before last week, I probably speak to Rose more than I speak to anybody on the what's her name, but I specifically let her know that I look at her as a daughter figure, right? I haven't said that to any other woman on the panel like Leosa. I can't look at her like a daughter figure. I want her to know that shit. So don't be trying to play that daughter shit because some incest gonna go on if if she start acting like that. So, cause I like my women so dark, she don't even have a shadow. So but Rose, she's that pecan brown. So I look at her just like my daughter. And so, but when you start doing that whoop steak, you can't be bullshitting on top of the mountain. Now you got to stand in that square and say it with your chest, brother. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with liking a woman. Now you was up here liking D and somebody else, then we would have a problem with that, a little problem with that anyway. We wouldn't, let you up on the panel as much.
At all.
Yeah. So, but liking Rose, there's nothing. Look, Wolfsteak. Liking Rose, there's nothing wrong with it.
It's the forehead.
Bro, but you gotta stop lying though, man. Like,
You're so shiny, my man. Just be enamored.
Hey, listen, hey fellas. Last night I asked this nigga if a Rose gave this nigga the opportunity to smash, would he smash? This nigga said no. Boy, this nigga capping like a mug, boy.
See, New York.
No,
New
I
York.
said no, and I mean
New York,
listen,
man.
I want y'all to understand something, right? As a man, and most of us men has been through this before. When a woman you like, okay,
Oh, you
I'm about
like.
to explain. When a
he
woman
told
no, hold on. No, Trey. Trey. No, Trey. I'm making an example. Hold on. I'm making an example.
Okay.
In real life, when a woman you like doesn't feel how you feel, you work around it. You turn off certain signals in your mind and your brain, and you're like, okay, we cool, we friends now. Boom. After that, from that day forward, y'all just cool, y'all friends. That's it. Women do it too. It's fine.
Yo, this lack of confidence not turning Rose on, bro.
What are you, bro? I'm just telling you what it is. Why we not living in reality, bro?
Hold on, y'all. Hold on, real quick, bro. You literally just said a woman you like, nigga. It came out your mouth, my nigga.
I gave an example, Trey. Come on, bro.
But you gave an example from the subject.
If you don't like her, I don't get it.
Right. You gave an example from the subject we're talking about. You didn't just pull that shit out the air now.
Yeah, like it didn't just put like what the.
Right. Well, which one you like the best, the Brandy side or the Monica side?
No, it's not even a sexual thing. It's more like
I didn't say that. I ain't say nothing about sex.
Oh, so you like her?
No, I'm explaining to you. It's more of like, no, look. Let me explain.
Oh, so you like her?
Like
like
what I said? No, not even hearing me out. Leosha's cool. Miss Karen's cool. Miss Smith Rose is cool. Rose is cool. I just like women that have a femininity in today's time that is still feminine women. That's all.
So
I like the comment. That's it. That's it.
You said that about Rose. You like Rose. You said she's feminine.
Hey, bro, I'm confused right now, bro.
Hold on, y'all. Hey, when I talk, come on now. I'm not trying to pull rank, but y'all gotta hold up. So let me ask you a question. So, do you message Miss Smell Roses all the time?
Nah, I don't. I don't have an Instagram at all because she's married. I don't want to even mess with her. She got a husband. I don't want to mess with her. No.
Okay, I was checking. Okay, y'all go ahead.
But I message. But keep it 100. I message Leosha every other day. Like I watch her whole good morning, because I like Leosha as a person. It doesn't have to be sexual or nothing funny or weird. If I fuck with you as a person, I fuck with you. That's it. That's all it is.
Nobody. Wait, brother. Nobody accusing you of anything other than what you are saying, and I can tell that it's working because Rose's head is getting bigger by the minute.
You gotta stop, OG. You gotta stop. This is toxic.
Hey, Rose, I was just trying to change the conversation. Try to get you out of the conversation. That's all I was trying to do, Rose. Okay.
I just like good people. That's all. I just love good people.
You called her feminine, and you say you like femininity, bro. You know what I mean?
And I
Like,
also okay.
if you
But I
like
also
it,
said I like Leosha too. She's my people.
but you didn't call her feminine though. You didn't call her feminine. You
I-
called Rose specifically feminine, bro.
No,
And you said you
I
liked
said
that.
3 different women. I said Leosha, Rose, and Miss Roses. That's what I said. And I said Miss Karen too. That's 4 different women I spoke about.
So who carries themselves feminine though?
I just told you. Jesus,
No,
Lord Heavenly Father.
although 3 women you said that carry themselves feminine. Is that what you saying?
I said 4 women. And
Oh,
3 of
4
them are
women.
here right now.
Okay, well,
Okay,
3 of
okay.
them, but you only said when it came down to that F word, you put
Yeah.
that on the R word.
Rose.
Rose.
You only put that on Rose.
Do you understand what
You heard what I said, Rose. Jesus.
Oh,
Jesus.
see that?
bro. So
Jesus.
You trying to make it
Jesus.
seem like I was crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Nah, bro. You said
You
that.
are
You
crazy
came in here
because
and
I said
that.
you heard all you heard was I said several different women, and it's 2 roses in
New
our
York talk.
live stream in our chat. No, come on, this I don't like this. Time out, flag on the play. It's it's several different roses that we know and we love and we care about. It's Rose, and it's Miss
Yeah.
Smelda Rose, and it's
Yeah,
Miss
Miss
Karen, and it's Leosha, and there's also several different women that we also care about that's feminine and that's lovable and that's great women.
okay, so
Would
Alright,
you-
damn.
But-
Say my name. Shit.
Okay, so if you're healed, okay, so let's just say like this: if you were healed, who would you be with Rose? If you were healed, would you be with Rose?
I already asked him that.
Oh, what you say?
No.
You said no?
He's gonna say no in the nigga line.
Why you looking up at the sky? He asked you
Yeah.
a question.
and he
trying to
looking up
figure
to the
out-
left. That's how I know you
yeah,
ready
yeah.
to lie.
He trying
What
he
are
trying
you
to
looking
figure.
at?
Yeah, he's trying to.
I asked you this last night. You gonna make me turn up in this bit? I asked you this last
Wait
night.
a minute. Come on.
I asked you this last night. You supposed to be my man's. I asked you this last
Why
night.
am I getting attacked?
Samson, you are my man. You my brother, bro. I'm just saying.
Why you looking up at the sky?
He want Jesus to give him an answer.
What you looking
I
at?
wish you would.
Yeah, you just got.
I wish
no,
you would.
saying-
I'm just saying. Listen.
Hey, if you can't be real
In a
about that, then
different-
I don't trust you.
No,
bro.
listen, Dev. I'm always real, bro. If the world was different and things could be in place that I wanted to or people wanted to, we all be with somebody different. But to answer the
Hey,
question,
bro, that ain't.
hold on. To answer the question,
It's Sunday
yes,
school
that's
answer.
all. That's all, bro. That's all, bro.
It's Sunday
Is that
school.
what you wanted to hear?
That's good. That's good. That's a good answer, bro.
That's a good. That's a, hey, stop right there. Don't move. Don't over pursue it. You good. You good. You good. Well, I think Rose got
Rose,
an
you over
answer. I
there,
think
bro.
everybody got the panel got their answer, and
I feel like I'm being attacked right now.
No,
Get that
you was trying to give them Sunday school answers, and we wanted the real deal. So you know, you about to make start a
wouldn't even
can of whoop
happen.
ass up in here.
This wouldn't even happen if you would have just kept it a bean yesterday. Then this wouldn't even be happening right now.
You see how easy it is? You see how everybody don't get quiet? Nobody's attacking you now.
You in
They
New York. I'm in
understand you.
Chicago.
Yeah.
You better hurry up before I take out. Stop stunning your move, man.
Nah.
Dang, Ron, what you saying?
You can't.
Yeah,
You
Yeah,
can't get
hey,
it.
nah,
You
I'm not
can't.
gonna lie though, bro. You gotta be confident, bro.
Yeah, you can't.
You gotta be confident.
On the
You
real.
can't get. You can't get ahead by stepping on your own feet.
Hey,
Nah, listen, I've been
confident.
confident. I'm just not cocky. I've been confident. I'm just not cocky.
I'm cocky.
There's a difference.
Mhm.
Well, you well stop the
Man, you from
healing.
New York.
Stop the healing and get the real healing.
Yo, OG is
I'm
wild.
yelling and get the dealing.
Hey, what I missed? I had to do something real quick.
He
I'm
confessed.
saying,
He confessed.
We on the same
He confessed.
topic.
He confessed what?
He confessed that he liked Rose in a different world, a different time, and situation was different. She'll be the one. He gave a Sunday school answer, but we understood it.
Oh, gee, you for real?
Yeah, he confessed.
Yeah.
What?
I told you it don't take Johnny Cochran to come up here
Hold
sometime
on.
and get
No,
some
no,
shit
no, no,
out.
no. Hold on. Hold on, real quick. Shout out to Brian. A little something for the content. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate that so much, my brother. Now, what's that? Hey, nah, for real, bro. Listen,
Look at the brim of that
I
hat.
really feel violated right now, my nigga. I sit up and talked to you for a whole hour last night. And I said this last night. Now you gonna sit up here and confess, my boy?
See, now you know how I
It
feel.
was a different question in trade. That's what it was, bro.
What's the deal?
They
Who asked
worded
the
it
question?
different. They
Yo,
worded
where's
it
my hoodie? You got me fucked.
Who asked
They
the
wasn't
question?
different.
OG.
I think it was.
No,
I
it was
think
another guy. He
Dave.
asked him. It was,
I think, no, it was.
It was.
I think
Yeah,
it was
What
Dave.
did you
Dave
ask?
It was her.
answered
What
the
did you
question.
ask him?
I asked him if he was healed, would he want to be with Rose?
Oh, that was you. Okay, yeah.
If he was healed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
ain't have the blue ball.
Yeah, I don't even understand that language.
Hey,
Well, you
Dev,
gotta speak in his language.
no,
You gotta
Dev,
speak
you
in his
gotta go
language.
watch bro, you gotta go watch the live from last night. He gonna make me go watch the live myself. And I
really
know
make-
for sure that
gonna
we
really make
covered
me do
all
that.
bases last night.
Yeah, he
Well,
confessed.
Samson said he asked him that.
What you mean
Wait,
if you healed? How long you been single, bro?
He confessed tonight.
Like 4 months. Like 4 months. Not
This
too
is
long.
diabolical, my
How
man.
bad was the breakup?
Wasn't that bad. He still was healing himself.
Yeah, how long you been single, Wolfgang?
like 4 months. No funnies. Like 4 months. 4 months.
Wait,
When
you still having sex with the girl that you just broke up with? That girl?
Why y'all
From
break
time
up?
to time.
Wait,
See,
last
that's what
night.
y'all now y'all understand that Johnny
I'm going on
Crockett
mute,
approach.
bro.
Now
All
y'all
right, Terry,
understand
what
it.
did you
Yeah,
say
now
last
y'all
night,
understand.
Last
What
night
you
he
say?
said it wasn't her.
Bro, you
That's
a liar.
not what I
Wolf.
said, Miss Karen. Come on.
Oh,
Miss.
okay, okay.
I'm about
He said
no,
it
no,
was
no, no, no,
another
no.
thing.
You're not gonna make me the bad guy. It's only one
I'm
woman,
not trying to
one
make you the
female
bad
I've
guy.
been
I'm
single
holding
with
you
for the
accountable to what
past
you
year.
said last night. I can pull it up.
Oh,
You can't.
snap.
So pull it up.
Hey,
It's only
Karen back
one
there being
female. I'm
quiet,
not
pulling
single with multiple
receipts.
females.
Same
No,
person.
no. Matter of fact,
Karen
Karen
being
had white
quiet,
glasses
pulling
on last
receipts.
night. No. Karen's a capper. She had on white glasses last night with a cheetah print shirt. She
Look,
was
look,
saying a
look.
lot of BS last night.
What you not about to
I
do
ain't seen no
is
business.
what you not about to do is deflect to her first lady outfit to deflect from the fact that you was capping last night. And I asked you directly.
Yeah.
That's what's not about to happen.
Not the first.
You about
Not
to get me.
not
You
the
about,
Yo.
to, get me, you
T-Rex
about to
outfit.
get me tight
Right,
because this wouldn't
yo.
even be happening if you
Hey,
would have
but-
answered my
hey,
question.
hey.
I asked you directly. And you over here playing, looking up at the sky and shit like you looking for a prayer. That's crazy. I
Yeah,
asked
Wolf-
you.
Wolf-
Samson,
Wolf
come
And
said-
he
on,
looking to the
don't do it
left.
like that, bro. We brothers, bro. Come on, we brothers.
We
We
are
brothers. Come
brothers.
on,
That's why I
We
thought you
brothers,
was
man.
gonna tell me the
We
truth
brothers, man. Come
yesterday.
on, man. We
Hey,
brothers.
this is
Hey,
this
yeah,
is my
Hey,
thing,
look,
man.
hey, look, no
We
funny
supposed
shit.
to
No
be
funny, no
brothers.
funny. If you would have just answered me yesterday, this be a whole different conversation because then it'll be about for the love of Rose.
But
But
Yeah, I
since you
told you,
lied,
Rose.
now we
Samson,
here.
this is
Now
what we
you got
gotta
me
look at.
Told
outside
you,
looking
Rose.
crazy.
Samson, this is what we got to look at, right? The whole time
Hard when I'm about to look at my Bible.
when B last night shot at Wolfstack, right? The whole room got quiet because it was low-key embarrassing. Let's just keep it gangster, right? So then,
Jesus.
what was my response to that,
Yes.
Samson? I said that this nigga, like who?
Papa Blanco said.
Rose.
I said the real reason he turned B down last night because that
Because he
nigga
like
really like
Rose.
Rose.
Because he
I
like
said
Rose.
that.
Yes.
Exactly. Nigga, I knew I was right. Nigga,
I
Quit
said
playing.
I'm not healed.
Nigga
yet,
Rose
Drake,
cheesing.
and I'm not.
Bro,
I can't even,
My
I
nigga.
can't even,
Nah, hey, that's-
My nigga.
I can't even find what you doing. I can't even find it in the Bible.
Listen, bro. Listen. This nigga talking about being healed from an ant bite. My nigga, stop playing, my boy.
What are you talking? Come on.
What he's really trying to say, Trey,
Come on.
he want Rose to heal him.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he really trying to say. He
That's
want
not
Rose to heal
what I'm
him.
saying.
No. I
I'm
know that's
saying-
saying what you want us to hear, but what you're really saying, because think about it. Because the guy asked you the question, if things you was healed and everything was great, would you be with Rose? Or something like that.
Yeah,
And
he
you
said
confess.
That's what Dev said.
Yeah, and you confess. So let me tell you something, brother. That if nobody ever lie to you or tell you the truth ever in your life again, you are dealing with something and it's called soulmate. And Rose know about this because she talked about this earlier. Ain't that right?
I'm done.
you have found Rose to be your soulmate, and you'll never go get healed unless you get a chance at it. Just go out and ask her. I mean, I don't know how a friend gonna feel. Wait a minute.
What the hell?
Wait a minute.
Ask her out.
Wait. I don't know how a friend gonna feel.
No, I'm saying you have to understand what I'm saying. And yeah, and people, y'all be down men on this thing. This is a real thing. As a man, I could admit, as a 38-year-old man from Brooklyn, New York, that I've been through a lot of things in my life with women, going with my kids, and certain different scenarios. I'm not healed yet. Yes, I'm a lover. Yes, I'm a parent. I'm a parent to my female. Yes, I can pray for her and love her. Any woman I'm dealing with. But I'm not ready to be with any female at all. I'm not ready yet. I need to heal myself and then go back out.
Brother, I got that. But you do look at Rose as a good stepmother somewhere in the future.
Jesus.
Right on.
Hey, that's a good question, though. Hey, that's a good question.
Yes,
that's a good question.
I never thought that far into it. I just think about how a woman looks, how she's built, how she speaks. That's about. I don't go. I never go on life that
now.
far.
You getting detailed now?
Oh, Sookie
now. OG, you are a terrible person.
Okay, well let me.
I told you I'm the Johnny Cochran
well,
of this group because I'm old.
Like, do you see Rose as a good mother?
Absolutely, absolutely. How she
so
speaks.
A good mother would make a good stepmother. A good mother would make a good stepmother.
Jesus.
Hey, OG, he just keep digging a hole. He just
no, he don't put the dirt over his
y'all
head.
digging a hole. No, y'all digging a hole. Put me in it. That's what y'all.
Rose, you can remove your hand because I want to see that smile. See, we got to offer you Rose because we understood what was happening here.
What I'm not gonna do is allow you to play victim when I asked you 24 hours ago these exact same questions. That's what's not about to happen. I asked you. I gave you the chance. I fought for you. I got all of them off you. They was trying to jump you yesterday, and I asked you, and you sat over here and played in my. Oh my God! See,
he went in
front
of
the
He went in front of the YouTube video.
Oh shit!
At least
Let me mute this.
at least talk to
Oh shit! I heard that. I'm sorry, y'all. I got it.
Hey, Wolf, she said she just followed you on Instagram.
Look, she accepting you like as you are. Why she over there trying to front? She gonna make me start roasting.
No, we was having a private conversation.
Tell B keep playing.
Where's she at, Rose?
She followed
Okay,
on Instagram.
I'm gonna check it. I'm gonna check it.
All right, when you get a chance.
Yeah, bro.
Okay, private.
Bro, listen, my nigga. Let me try to tell you something, my nigga. You want the woman that wants you.
I'm trying to tell you, Wolf Stacks, it's tough, man. It's tough out here, bro.
You know what, Wolf?
She wants you.
You know
solid.
Why y'all doing this shit? Why y'all doing this? Why y'all doing this to me?
You know what, Wolf?
I'm just trying to.
Hold up.
All I'm saying is I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm just trying to.
Wolf, let me say this to you, Brody. Wolf, let me say this. Let me apologize, man. I was being a player hater, bro. I was being a player hater, my nigga. That's player hater because now I'm understanding now that you're using these code words now. Healing, zodiac signs, I'm a Taurus, whatever that shit that means, right? Intuition, manifestation.
That apology is real jacked up, Blanco.
I'm a Taurus too, brother. Trust me. That's what I.
Oh, my son's a Taurus.
That's not a cool
I'm a May 19 baby, bro. Malcolm X birthday.
Blanco,
but look,
that apology, bro. That's not a good apology.
But listen. That I was being a player hater because what y'all say those cold words to try to connect with these queens. I pick your game. That's what you use. Healing, manifest. I hear men talking like that nowadays. Zodiac signs, intuition, emotional intelligence. My bad, bro. I was hating on your game, bro. My bad. My bad, Wolf. Sorry.
You know what, Blanco, you got it. You got it, brother.
I was being a piece of shit. My bad.
Hey, Blanco,
that's wild.
What's that? He can't relate. He been swimming and diving for a while, my boy. I believe you. I'm just letting you know, man. When the solid one appears, man, I just want you, don't block your blessings, bro. When the solid one is there, man, you gotta take that chance, my brother.
I appreciate that. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that, Sam. Thank you, Samson. I appreciate you, bro.
So Shorty probably live what, like in Chicago, I'm gonna assume, right? And you still in Brooklyn, right?
Yeah. Wait, yeah.
Okay. I mean, not that far to the flight.
That nigga not in Brooklyn.
Hey, y'all, hold on. Hey, y'all. B, tell B just get on the stream, man. Quit all that old gay stuff. Just tell her to get on the guy. I'm gonna drop the link right now. Tell her, pull up.
Matter of fact, Rose can send it to her through Instagram, whatever.
Rose, why you laughing so hard, Rose?
She actually look. Hey, B actually cute. She look yellow thing, got a little pretty eye.
Look, what's that when she pull up? I just don't want you to fold under pressure, man. Pull up now. Don't fold.
She's gonna come.
Don't fold now, nigga. What's up? You reconsidering, ain't you? Look at you.
Look at that yellow thing.
I ain't even saying nothing, Samson. I didn't even say a word. I'm quiet.
Hey, what you gonna do?
Hey, that's the problem. That's the problem.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move accordingly to the situation. That's how I move. I'm like Professor X. I move accordingly.
Hey, I trust you. I got you. It don't matter.
Well, yo, do y'all really like those long distance relationships? Do y'all really?
Hell no. I hate those.
I never been in one, so that's why I'm asking.
Little stacks, man. You making us look bad, brother.
What I do, Trey? I can't even see the comments. I'm just here, like we having a conversation here. I can't even see the comments.
Bro, this woman applying pressure, my nigga, and you folding, bro.
Hey Trey, we could have used this and killed Ali, bro. We could have killed Ali.
You know that? Look it up. You don't have to say
I
my
know
word.
that.
So if you said you're looking for healing, it makes all the sense in the world for a woman to heal you, brother. That's what it is.
All right, watch it, Blanco. Hold on. Hey, my boy, I got a real question for you, dog. And I hate to do this, but I'm gonna go here. When the last time you hit something?
Oh, a month ago.
You ain't doing that much, Hilly.
Wolf Stacks.
Exactly.
What you mean a month ago?
This nigga said he was hit.
Wait, did you hear the question, Wolf Stacks?
I heard the question, Samson. I heard the question, bro. That's my ex-girlfriend. That was a month ago. It's regular shit. Like I know her, she know me. That's regular shit. The first thing I'm not gonna do is be a liar. I'm gonna be honest.
All black mask on, running through the crib and shit. One nigga run to the front door. I hop out, I start shooting. Bow, 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 bow. Shot the nigga. Bow, shot his ass. Bow, 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 bow. All the niggas run out the door. They run out the door. This nigga on the floor.
Jesus.
B say it's cool. You know, she just gonna stick to her DoorDash then.
Dang.
But but I was gonna say this to you earlier. Only because
DoorDash, what that means?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry
about it, Pop.
Yeah, don't worry about
it. A woman, etc., etc. But he can take another woman that he's not committed to, have sex with her. Isn't that almost like the same thing?
Yes, but the only difference is he says his ex. So he like as his ex, he already got history.
Oh, no. He said no. Y'all not listening to me. I'm on my Ali right now.
Okay, go ahead.
He said he don't want to mess up a woman.
Yes.
But he's messing up a woman.
Slow down. Trey, slow down.
That's Ali shit right there. That's Ali shit right there.
If she's a good woman, Wolf Stacks said he don't want to.
Hold on. What's the difference between the woman that want to deal, potentially date you, and the woman that's your ex? She ex for a reason.
True, but he not using her for a relationship. He using for a body because she up the block.
Okay, but listen, B is not in the same city, so that's just a conversation, getting to know each other until y'all establish something. Ain't no telling when that's gonna be.
But
at
Wolf
least-
didn't say no. He just said not right now. He can't do it right now.
No. That nigga said I'm not ready. I'm what the hell?
He said he's healing. He's healing, and once he's healed
I
up,
definitely said I can't do it. I didn't say it like that. But that's wild. What the hell? What the hell?
he said he
I
can't
didn't
do
say
it
it like
right now. He said he can't do it right now, and when he's
I
healed
didn't-
up, I'll go get it.
I'm healing.
Right on, Professor. Jesus. Right on.
Jesus.
I'm healing. You don't know what I got going on, Trey.
Oh shit.
Crazy work. Bro. So you do all this explanation, but you still having sex with women, bro. That don't even make sense.
Do everything I need to do. I can go and accomplish everything I need to accomplish once I do all of that shit. It's
You still want her, don't you?
No, he's
No,
still
like-
smash her, Karen.
That say yes, you have. I have done that. I'm not a liar. Yes, I have. But I be playing with Rose. Rose when I play, I'm joking around. So give me Instagram. Rose. I be playing with her.
Sir. Hold on, we on man time right now. And this is not me pointing you out. This is me keeping it 1,000, right? So
Mhm.
if you trying to holler at Rose, if Rose would have gave you an opportunity, would you exchange numbers with her?
To be friends, yeah, I
You
would.
He said, "Don't
I
lie."
am. I'm not lying. I just told the whole truth. Rose, am I lying? Did I not say that in the chat, Rose? Did I not say that in the chat? Rose is cool as hell.
Bro, hold on. I seen you
Mm-hmm.
hollering at Rose in the chat for a couple of days back to back. I just didn't say nothing. I'm looking at it, bro. You can't
seen
tell
it
me
too.
that you didn't mean it, bro.
Hold on. I also talked to Leosha in the chat. I also talked to other people in the chat. That's bro. I'm keeping it 100, bro.
Bro, you in the chat. Rose, send me your Instagram. Rose, hit my DM. I'm watching it.
he might be playing around.
I did say that, but I wasn't like.
My nigga, that nigga was trying to holler at her, bro. Like, stand on your square, nigga. You a man, just like, come on, bro. Keep it real.
Yeah, but I do the same thing. Though. I be playing around.
No, Blanco, no. Trust me, I know when a nigga trying to holler at somebody, bro. That nigga not playing.
I told Miss Maury to have my baby, man.
Man, you be playing though, Blanco. Nigga know you be playing. Blanco, everybody know you be playing. Nigga, you love the queens. That's what you do, nigga. We know that. and if Karen gave you an opportunity, you gonna smash. We know that, my nigga.
Oh, I'm shooting her shit up. Make no mistake about it. I play to win. I play to win.
Hey,
hey, I play to win, man.
I can't believe you said Karen up here dressed like the first lady, and you over here disrespecting her.
Listen,
Like,
on some real gangster stuff, bro. I'm not trying to be funny, man. I'm just saying I'm keeping it 100, bro. I'm a real nigga, bro. I don't do all that lame stuff, bro. Nigga, you were trying to holler at Rose, bro. I know you trying to put down play my nigga, but I know what a nigga trying to holler at a woman, bro. That's a fact. And then you come over talking about you trying to heal. You're lying, fam. Straight up.
Yikes.
So Trey, let me ask you a question.
Talk to me.
So you don't think that when you want to stream late at night or whatever time you, because sometimes your streams run real late, Trey. No funny shit. So I'm normally getting off of work, having a good time, drinking. Mind you, I've been on plenty of scenes with you, plenty of scenes with Rose, plenty of scenes with Samson, plenty of scenes with Blanco, plenty of scenes with Miss Karen. So I say shit, but I be like playing around. Like I don't mean like.
Hold on, bro. You've done it every stream. You came on, bro.
Actually, remember when he got on here, he was like, "Oh, everybody need a rose."
Karen, stop snitching. Stop snitching. Relax. Why you snitching?
I didn't say that. Whoa. Wait a minute. What did I say? Everybody need a rose.
Then he changed it. He was like, he asked me to clarify, Samson. So then he changed it. It was like somebody like Rose. Remember? Trey?
You know there's two. I never said that. That's not even me. Now, when I do text Rose, I say at Rose. And when I text Miss,
this was on the live. We can actually rewind it back.
The text is on the live.
No, I meant
you said it.
when you was up here.
You said it out of your mouth, sir.
And then somebody said something, you was like, a woman like Rose.
So I'm just like you talking about this healing stuff, but if Rose would have came, all right, let's just keep it gangster then. If Rose would have came at you trying to holler at you, would you would have gave her opportunity? Don't lie, my nigga.
My answer is no. Rose is cool. Rose, no, listen, no. Hear me out. But hold on, before you attack me. No. Trey, before you attack me, bro, I think Rose, I got, hold on, I'm just saying. I'm not attacked for real. I'm just talking about for the conversation wise. I got women like Rose.
Well,
I kept the same energy. So I said the same thing I said last night today. So I can't be lying.
That's not true.
That you confessing.
I just said the same thing twice.
You was looking up at the goddamn. You was looking up at the goddamn sky.
And you confess.
Hey, hold on. Real niggas say the same thing twice.
I know, but you better slow down.
Real niggas do say the same thing twice. You looked up at the sky.
But did I say the same thing twice? Yes or no, Samson? Come on.
No.
Come on, brother to brother. Come on.
You said something.
I said the same exact thing. I said no.
They asked you if you was healed. Would you go for Rose? You looked up, talked to Jesus, and came back with that.
Yes.
Jesus.
And if you keep Whoopstack, if you keep on talking,
Jesus,
I'm gonna call 911 because you're trying to abuse an old person's ears, and that's elder abuse. So I'm gonna tell you why your ass was so last night distant. It goes with the other conversation you had. Now I'm finna throw a wrench in the damn engine right about now. You remember last night y'all had a discussion if you a friend like somebody or you been with somebody that you never would be with that person. That's what his ass was trying to protect. Because he know if a friend, Rose's friend like him, and if he admit to it or try to go for it, then he'll kill his chance with Rose. So that's what he was trying to protect. That's the other part of this damn conversation he won't get into. But don't get crickets now, Wolf Stack. We need for you to get an answer to that.
I'm just trying to OG. I'm trying to perceive what you're saying before I speak back. You know, intellects love to hear what somebody's saying before they speak back. There is no, I appreciate you too, OG. There's some truth in what you're speaking on, what you're saying, but at the same time, I also told Rose last night, this morning, because it was late, we was late last night, that if I'm not healed, I don't want to hurt anybody. And I told her, I said, Rose, her friend is beautiful, she's gorgeous, she's a wonderful person. I assume, because she's Rose's friend. I don't want to put anything on any woman I'm dating or talking to, even if it doesn't get to that length, to damage that person. Because I don't want to be the next guy to damage a female. That's not who I am.
I got that. But the question is tonight.
Why are you damaging?
There's somewhere in the back of your head you believe if you had to pursue Rose's friend, would it have stopped you from ever being able to have any kind of love connection with Rose soulmate connection? Did you ever think about that in that whole process?
I honestly never thought about that.
But if you had to think about it tonight, could it have been some self-conscious?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. No more questions for this. No more questions for this witness.
Well, I got plenty of questions. I'm trying to cross-examine because this is crazy. They replayed the video. I had your back. I told Karen to stop snitching for you. I had your back.
Yeah, it did seem like you had to go back in that video.
I know, bro. And I always have your back, Samson. I always have your back when you're talking on live.
You ain't gotta have my back because if I like somebody, I'm taking them out. Believe it.
Jesus.
I'm taking them out. Believe it. You ain't even got to worry about me. I don't hesitate. I pull that trigger. Everybody know that. You was hesitating. Yeah, now you pump faking. I don't like it. We gotta fix that. So if you like Rose or B, we didn't really give a shit last night. We just wanted you to pick and be honest. That's it. I wanted you to be 2-2-0, not 0-2. I just want to see you win.
I appreciate you, bro. 100, 100, bro. Salute, bro. I'm just saying, I think woman or man, you should not deal with anyone if you're not fully healed from your last relationship, your past trauma, things you
What
went
about
through.
the woman you
should-
healing? You heal sexual healing with?
That's the one he healing from.
Right? You
No,
trying to
no,
heal
no, no.
somebody you're trying to-
No,
He's
no,
dealing with
no,
her,
no,
still piping her
no,
down.
Karen.
I
No,
don't
Karen.
know.
Let me explain something to you, Karen. We didn't end on a bad note, right? So she came to my house. She stayed with me from time to time. I went to her house. She's not a bad person. I'm not a bad person. But we was together when we was kids. We was like 17. She was 17. I was 18. We was together like 17 years ago. She got married. So did I. She got divorced. So did I. So I'm familiar with her. So it's easier for me to have relations with her in the bedroom space than a woman I don't know.
But it's going to be harder for her to move on though and heal herself.
Him too.
Nah, not
She
for
said
her.
she was healing.
Yes, it is. I mean,
She
right?
healing too?
Even if she's trying to heal or move on, it's gonna be hard because she's still fucking with you. Y'all got this soul tie, this connection. So
It's not that kind of party, Leosha. She's a strong.
It don't matter if y'all good people. It don't matter if you good people, y'all didn't got married and got divorced. That don't matter if you're trying to heal. Like you keep dipping your dick in people. Or
Not dipping your dick is crazy.
Hey, sometimes that's how they heal.
Wow.
That's not the true definition of healing, but
Everybody got their own definition of healing. It depends on the person.
Hold on.
You can't change the definition. Nah, nigga, nah, nigga.
No, you can't change the
Leosha.
definition of the word.
Everybody
but people
definition
heal
is
differently, though. That's a fact.
Everybody heals different. Leosha, if you Leosha, you know I love you, right? Hold on, Leosha, you know I love you, right? I love you a whole lot. You like my good Instagram, YouTube friend. I will always, if you need me for something, advice, whatever. If I need you for advice, I'll text you. I'll talk to you, right?
Hey, Wolf Stacks. Wolf Stacks. Hold. Stop.
Okay,
Stop. Everybody, hold up. Wolf Stacks, you the worst kind of nigga, my nigga. You don't love her, bro. You don't even know this girl, bro.
What you know about Leosha? You love her. What you know?
I'm talking about agape love, Trey. Like God's love. I love everybody. I love everybody.
Ain't got nothing to do with this.
He said God ain't got
You
nothing
leave
to do
my
with
God
this
out of this.
foolishness.
He ain't got nothing to do
Listen,
with this.
I love everybody. I love everybody as God's son. I love everybody. I love everybody in the panel over the world. Matter of fact, I pray every day for everybody on God's earth. This is a real thing on my soul, on my spirit. Because I believe that, yes, there's bad people, there's good people, but I believe that everybody needs to be prayed upon. Everybody needs to be prayed on by God's love, God's deliverance. So I don't hate anybody. So when I say I love a person, I love you through God. So that's me. That's just me.
I agree with Trey.
Wait, what?
You the worst kind of nigga.
Hey, look.
That's
Hey,
me.
look. Wolf Stacks.
Hey,
Jesus.
I got a question.
Uh-oh.
Was you praying in his video last night?
Jesus.
Oh man.
No, I was not.
What's that whiskey?
What's that you drinking, sir?
You was drinking that water like it was tequila.
Nah, that wasn't no water, nigga. What was
That's
you
whiskey.
drinking?
What's that? A Coke?
Gin.
That wasn't no Coke. What you drinking, Wolf Stacks?
It's vodka and orange soda.
Okay.
Vodka and orange.
It wasn't even orange though.
Listen, I never said I was perfect. I never said I was perfect.
He said that shit when he go orange.
No. So what I'm doing is I'm just trying to check the validity of your spirituality. See where you at with it, because you doing all this agape love, and nigga, come on, bro, stop playing, bro.
So you don't hold on. So you don't believe what I'm saying, Trey, to be true? Listen,
you already lied to me. No, I don't.
Trey, when did I lie to you, bro? When did I lie to you?
We just showed the video.
Nah, we ain't finna go through all that.
Listen. Hold on. Because listen. every saint still sins, right? So God made the Bible. Hold on. God made the Bible and forgiveness and repentance, knowing that we're gonna be hold on. That we unperfect and we're not Christ-like. We're trying to be Christ-like, but we're not perfect. So yes, I drink. Yes, I get loud. Yes, I get voices. Yes, I get violent from time to time. But I'm just saying that I'm a human being, and God made us knowing we're human.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something before Harwin jump in, because you mentioned the Bible way too much. All right, leave God out of this. This was your free will decision to make. You made that decision yesterday, and you making it right now. It ain't got nothing to do with him. This was your choice. You gotta stand on your choice. Stand on business, sir. They ain't got nothing to do. It don't have nothing to do with my Lord. Leave my Lord out of this.
Amen.
This boy gonna be a preacher or a politician. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Yep. Sure enough.
So Samson, let me ask you a question, brother to brother, right? Can I ask a question, Samson? Can I ask a question, brother? Can I ask you the question?
You hurt me.
Please let him answer the question. Damn.
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
If we're out somewhere, right? Me and you, homeboys chilling, going out someplace. Do you think I would leave the hotel, leave the place we at before I pray?
You know what? I'm gonna go down this road with you. No, I don't think.
Okay, so the answer is yes. No, hold on. I'm getting to a place right now. So I'm not perfect, and God gave us free will for a reason. Yes, I do things. Yes, we all do things, but I pray for God's forgiveness. So I strive every day to be Christ-like. Yes, I have sex from time to time with women. Yes, I do this. Yes, I do that. We all do these things, but nobody's going to be perfect. But I try my best to be. I get off the train for women to sit down, off the bus for women to sit down, for old people to sit down. I do the best I can to be a good person. So yes, I fall short sometimes.
You help old ladies cross the street too,
you making it super deep, and the novel ain't that thick. It's not that deep.
Yeah, he's helping old ladies cross the street and all kinds of stuff.
Me and you had a conversation.
I do that. Hold up.
Nigga get cast out of trees. Like, get watch out.
Hit him with the mark. Hold up.
I talked to you yesterday. Me and you had a conversation yesterday. This whole situation is not that deep. This ain't got nothing to do with no perfect, no nothing. Karen asked you. I asked you. Trey asked you. You made the decision not to keep it real. You want to use the example of me and you being out. The only difference is when I'm out here and I'm telling people about their dates and shit, if I see somebody I like, I'm pulling the trigger, and I ain't lying about shit. You lie. That's why we here. Ain't got shit to do with nothing else. The book ain't that deep. It's not. Yeah. Close the chapter. On that shit. Move on to the next one. Because you over here playing with my God, and I don't like when people do that. Stop.
No,
it.
I never played with God. I love God. He's
you playing with God. Old ladies out of
I do not. I never play with God. All I'm saying is that I'm human. And
you still having sex, bro.
How?
And that's the New York whoa. You know that it's wrong.
Hold on.
And you keep having sex, bro.
Hold on. Did God give us the ability to repent?
But
yes
repentance is understanding that something is wrong and wanting to do better. But you keep having sex.
Yes. And God knows we're human. Hold on. No. Do you think that God sits upstairs in heaven, says that I know they're going to kill, steal, manipulate, do this and do that? I'm going to hate on it. But God says, hold on. But God says, if you're willing to change and be better, and you repent, I will rebuke you, and I will change your patterns, and you could do better.
You keep having sex.
I'm human, bro.
Well, you keep having sex, bro.
Leave it alone, Dad.
Leave it alone,
Dad. Leave it alone, Dad.
No, I gotta say something, man.
Leave it alone,
What's that? Look at my picture. It's frozen. And tell me what I'm feeling.
like you gotta poop, like you gotta take a poop. That's you got.
Like you shitting all over this panel. That's what it is. You shitting all over this panel.
Man, you gotta understand something, man.
Man, you had me at you coming up with words and she monopolized.
Man, you
that's a real word. That's a
He don't.
Manipulate is not a word.
Hold on. So you want me to say manipulation, or what you want me to say?
Manipulate.
Manipulate. Okay, you want me to say manipulate?
Not a word.
Manipulate. So manipulation, manipulate. What you want me to say? Either word. Like,
I just don't want you to say monopolize.
That's it.
That's it.
Just keep the lie in there, but don't take the manip out of it. Keep the lie in there, but take the manip out of it.
Jesus, that's funny though. I might have to use that.
And just because you help some old lady who got a pocketbook snatched and you went down there and got there sell, that don't mean that don't mean you can monopolize the conversation.
You had that coming.
I'm sorry, Rose. I got you. I ain't never. Hey, look, Rose. I didn't think it was gonna be this hard, and then we gonna be this hard on him just because a man like you.
It's
that's
okay.
The only thing I'm gonna take about.
Listen, I can take the pressure. I can take the pressure.
So bad.
But the problem is, Wolf Stack, is the lack of confidence you shown. Like if you had a chance with Rose, you just blew it.
Oh.
Blew it.
I don't know. Wait.
Why
I'm so serious? Nah, I wouldn't go and plant that corn just yet.
OG, stay out of this.
Okay. I'll back down.
Stay out of this, OG.
Okay.
Like a video on live on social media just proved that he was lying about how he felt. Most women get turned off by it. Just be upfront.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Stuttering shit. She like it.
Man, you can tell because she not going back and forth. Like this is the only time this is the longest I've heard Rose be quiet on this panel in the last 30 minutes.
She told the last dude that didn't measure up to take that bass out of his voice. What you think she gonna do to you?
Right. Oh yeah, that's crazy.
He gonna sound like Mariah Carey when she get through with him.
No, nigga, not that.
You gonna sound like Mariah Carey. I don't give a shit. Whitney Houston.
Hey, don't get quiet now.
Don't be manipulating now.
Don't get quiet with me now. You should have got quiet yesterday. That's why I said that shit. Look at you. You got your chest out. You should have did that shit yesterday.
She gonna manipulate you.
Manipulate.
Manipulate is terrible.
What is it gonna be? Hey, what is it gonna be your next track, Whitney Houston? That's how you gonna be singing that high.
Listen.
Don't hurt him, Rose. Have mercy. Rose, have mercy. Okay, have mercy.
Jesus.
I can see all the dinners you can get from him now.
Rose. But the question is,
free dinner.
But the question is, would you get up at 2:00 in the morning and make him an apple pie?
Hell no.
That is a question.
Nah, you gonna clean up his drawers, goddamn.
Would you do it?
Now I already said I ain't picking up no draws, y'all. But
what about that pie?
Leosha.
You like him.
What about that cherry or apple pie roll?
If I'm dating somebody, yes, I'm gonna get up if we in a relationship, I'm getting up at 2:00 in the morning. I'm making a pie and I'm making a sandwich. Yes.
Okay, got you. I got that.
She didn't answer the question, but okay.
I said yes.
I said to woof though. That's
look.
That's a whole nother subject, right?
That's what I said.
Man, Wolf gonna have to step up, man, because she tired of being held.
She gonna have Wolf ass in there making the pie all dusty and flour all over his damn.
Hey, what's that movie? With dang, where he got up in
the flour everywhere.
I just want you to know. I
don't like this party.
Stop this from happening. I could have stopped this from happening. I just want you to know that. I could have stopped this from happening to you.
Hell no.
This is messed up. This is messed up. I didn't even know this. This is messed up, Sam. It's messed up, bro. It's messed up. It's all right, cool.
I had your back more than all these niggas on this panel.
Wait, what'd you say, Rose?
I always got your back, bro. I always got your back. Sam, come on, don't do that, bro.
They saying you in the kitchen right now to make her an apple pie.
Man, look at Rose over there smiling, man. J-Down, man.
Yeah, she had to say something.
Wolf, you ain't getting up at 2:00 in the morning making no apple pie.
Oh hell no.
Fuck no. For what?
Hell, he's in the kitchen at 2:00 in the morning now.
It's actually.
We have a point.
Yo, shit. Yo.
OG too quick with it, man.
Man, hey. You said, damn, nigga, you in there make right now, nigga, make the cake right. No, listen. Listen. If that
All thing you got to do is pull the ingredients out of the cabinet, brother. You halfway there.
listen, if that's my lady, I'm making the pie before we go to bed.
I will forgive you for all of this. I will forgive you, but you gotta change your name.
What he got to change it to?
Sheep Stacks.
Nah,
That's
bro.
Nah, you be whooping, so yeah. Wolf Stacks is good, bro.
Oh, bad Stacks.
Wow.
Damn.
That's
I
kind
know how wolves get down. I know how wolves get down. That ain't what you've been doing lately.
Damn.
Oh, snap. Oh.
You gotta change that name. All is forgiven. I won't say another word. I'll be back fighting Karen tomorrow.
Look at Rose over there holding back the smile with the shine on the forehead.
Everybody want to be loved. Everybody want to be loved. Everybody want to be loved.
You gotta change that name. Accountability.
Yeah, Rose likes Wolf Stack though. Rose likes Wolf Stacks, right? Right?
No, I don't think he's tall enough for her.
Oh wait, how tall are you, bro?
I'm 5'11", 230.
Oh,
I work out.
That mean he's 5'9". That mean he's 5'9". That mean he's 5'9". If he say 5'11", ain't no man ever told nobody he was 5'11".
No, I'm actually 5'11".
Ain't no man ever told nobody he was 5'11" unless he was 5'9".
Right?
I'm 5'11".
No. I am 5'11", 230, and I work out. So.
Hey, wait. Hey. Redact your name on your license and your address, and let's see that 5'11" on them license.
Nigga, what you showing us?
I'm not showing. You know what, Leosha? Leave me alone.
I'm just kidding. Wolf Stack, I'm just kidding.
You be outside.
Hey, Wolf Stack, I'm just kidding.
You be outside. No, I'm not mad. Huh?
Rose,
wait, what?
He tall enough for you?
Look, I don't want to.
Now she doing Hail Marys.
I told you she like Wolf Stack.
I've never really dated shorter guys. That's all. I put it like that.
Wait, how tall are you?
What's different?
You ran into that 6 foot half of Ruku when that motherfucker.
Right.
Oh wait,
you need to change your mind.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. That's why you need to change the way you think.
No. I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's a requirement. I'm just saying I've never really attracted nothing
You getting
under 6 feet. Really.
Well, now you got a 5'11". He right under 6 feet. He right there.
How tall are you, Rose? How tall are you?
Listen, we cool, man. We cool. We gonna always be cool.
Well, we asking Rose questions now.
Rose, get your little ass out.
No.
Yeah, you like 5'1".
How tall you, Rose?
Rose? You don't get to act like that to Rose. You denied her for over 24 hours.
Girl, get your tiny
No,
ass.
I did not. I'm just playing.
Rose, how tall you are?
Rose, you think?
I'm just playing around. Rose, listen. Rose is she's a good person.
I think Rose holds something down now. I think she
I just want to know how
Rose,
tall
you hold
she is.
something.
Right?
You slim thick. You
how
thick.
tall is Rose?
You petite. What you is?
5'4".
Yeah, I'm 5'4", 160.
Yeah, she
holds
slim,
thick
thick or thick. She's slim, thick or thick.
She holds
that'd be like this.
Come on, Wolf Stack.
She's not slim. She's definitely thick for sure. She definitely got that.
No. What is you doing? You had a chance to do this a long time.
He's shooting up the club with blanks. He's shooting up the club with blanks.
Hold on.
Change your name.
Samsung, I'm trying to heal, bro. I need to heal. I don't know if y'all hate it, love it. I don't give a fuck. I'm just saying. as a man that's been through mad shit in my lifetime, bro, ups, down, this with a woman, that with a woman, with my kids with a woman, I'm just trying to just heal
We all
before
been there,
I deal
brother.
with anybody.
But I don't want you to get.
I sound like a female trying to heal. Sound crazy.
I don't.
Everybody got to heal.
I definitely think
Yeah, but we heal different, bro.
I don't want you to get what I said confused on what you saying, because I was the one reminding you that I'm not discounting the fact that you're trying to heal. That's not my point of contention. My point of contention is I asked you a direct question and you played in my face for over 20
Yes.
minutes.
Yes, I love me some
That has
Rose.
nothing
That's
to
what
do.
you. That's what you want to hear. Yes, I love me some.
I just want you to say,
don't try to use that.
Jesus,
That's what you want to hear. That's what you want to hear. Like, just say it, bro.
No. Don't
just say
try
it.
to act like I
What are
pulled
we
that shit
in high
out of you.
school?
Yeah. If that's what you want to hear, I guess. I love her. Like, nah,
Yeah,
bro.
you trying to act like I pulled that shit out of you.
I got one more magic.
Technically, you did.
Change your name.
Technically, you did.
Change your name. Change your name. Change your name.
I got one more magical question.
Name ain't Wolfstacks.
And I ain't gonna mess with you no more tonight, Wolfstack. I got one.
It's okay to me. It's okay to me.
Okay, but I'm just saying.
I'm
I got one magical question for you. Would you know if you was healed?
Yes.
How would you know?
Okay, so I know when I'm healed when I'm touching a woman's hand, talking to her, going out on dates. I don't feel any pain from a previous relationship at all. It's gone. I don't feel that. Oh damn, she gonna do the same thing my last girl did to me? No, hold on. He asked me a question.
Let him get it out. Let him get it out.
Everybody is not the same. So for me specifically, when I'm done with the person and I'm healed, like completely healed, I don't have any thoughts about that woman. I don't have any ill will about that woman. And when I'm with my next woman, it's like a fresh, brand new start. It's clean.
Okay, so Rose, I got an assignment for you right about now. I want you to take and put your hand up there where your screen at, and Wolf, I want you to do the same and touch it, and tell me if you heal.
Oh, hey, she did it. She did it.
How you feel touching her hands?
Leosha, put your hand down.
Leosha.
Yeah. How you feel? You feel like any pain with Rose touching her hand? Do you feel any pain with that?
Yes, I do. I do feel pain.
You feel what kind of pain you feel? Because you're not there, or what kind of pain you feeling, brother?
No, I feel like I'm a spiritual person, so even through the screen, I feel pain. I do feel a lot of pain.
I felt it. Oh my god, I felt it. Hold on.
Did you feel the pain, Leosha?
I felt it.
I definitely felt Leosha's pain. I felt Leosha's pain from all the way over here. It touched my spirit and it sizzled in my spirit.
And it hit me upside my forehead. Hey, bro.
I felt everybody pain.
Yeah, when Leosha put her hand up, I just felt it tripolate through my soul. It tripolate through my. It tripolate.
Manipulate it.
Yeah.
Rose, did you feel any pain from him? Rose, did you feel any pain or soulmate from him when you put your hand up there?
No, I didn't feel anything.
Damn.
Did you try to touch his hand, Rose, or you just put it on the screen? Did you try to touch it?
I mean, I tried to do as I was instructed, but I didn't.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but I was doing that instruction so you could match up with his hand.
You didn't feel a soulmate coming to you, Rose, when you put your hand up.
I didn't.
Put your forehead up there.
He plays so much.
Damn, hard one, damn.
Wolfstack.
Hell no. Hey, watch out, man.
What's that? I've been there.
Gotta stay ahead of the game, baby.
I've been there. I know what you're talking
Ahead of the
about.
game.
I've been there. I probably haven't been in the degree you have been there, but I'm with you. I'm with you more than I'm against you. But I think in these type of conversation, you alive and it's actual facts at that moment. It's happening at that moment. And I think that when people ask you questions, and I understand it's probably the pain that you do have, it puts up a fence where you don't want to express yourself. And that's why you've been doing all this moonwalking, and I understand that. It ain't just the pain. You've been actually doing a lot of moonwalking, brother. So, but that has something to do with the fence that you don't put around yourself. All right? That's why I did ask you the question, would you know when you was healed?
The fence is for protection.
Wait a
And that
minute.
means, like,
That's
and-
You ever seen that Denzel movie, Fences?
And the protection is from the outside world. If you bring somebody into your home and let's say you bring somebody you don't know into your home, right? They kill your dog, attack the children, attack your wife, whatever. This is just a conversation speaking point, right? So no. Just hear me out. So I live that way like most men do in real life. I don't want to let any woman into my life that's going to interrupt my peace. Like she could come here one day and be cool with me, the next day burn the whole house down. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying, like, as a man, my main direction is to live life in a peaceful manner. Get money, pay rent, pay bills, take care of my kids, go to sleep, go to work, and do it again. And then when my time done is doing that, I'm gonna lay the fuck down forever and go to sleep. So I'm just seeing what most men think about every single day, that we know that to be a thing.
Yeah. Hey, look, I'm not saying anything.
It's about the
against-
fences.
Yeah, he was talking about the guardship you don't put around
Right.
yourself. But what I was trying to make my point on this, brother, and this is probably the most serious thing I'm gonna say on this panel, because I like everything to be jolly and happy and everybody laughing. I deal with people. I got 32 people in my house right now that I deal with mental challenges and been through pain and drug addiction. One of the first things I try to tell them to not do is drown in your pain or keep your pain going. Come on, I'm gonna tell you why. You dealing with your ex is keeping that pain fresh. There's a reason why she's an ex. And she brought baggage and she left you with baggage, but you just don't want to get it off your back right about now. So if you ever want to get pain free, you got to detach yourself from what brought you pain.
You know, a rose can grow from a concrete.
Oh, that was dope. That was actually, man.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie to you, Dev. I'm not gonna
That
lie to
means
you,
good
Dev.
things come from hard places.
Damn.
So it's a rose right here in front of you. Go ahead and hop on.
My whole phone fell behind that. That was some deep shit,
Dev.
OG. That was some deep
Hey,
shit.
Dev.
My whole phone fell. I ain't touched my phone.
I'm not even gonna lie to you, Dev. Harwin did say, he said, "Hey, you dropped the ball. I'm gonna pick it up." So
Now I ain't gonna pick it up, but go ahead. I'm saying go ahead, J down, bro.
Hey, bro, man.
Well, in Chicago, that means get up, go holler at him, go talk to him.
Yeah, we know. Most of us.
Right. Me and you know.
Well, he looked kind of confused. He was looking. I'm like, what?
He was.
on phone him. Folk on the hustle.
Who was confused? My phone fell.
And no,
I
foe
might
is
have to
short for
fix my
folks. I
phone.
just got into an argument with my guys about this. That do not come from the foes. Anyway, let me shut up.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody else have wisdom about their life or what they feel about different things about their life?
Mm-mm.
What you mean? In what fashion?
Is anything like knowledge about self, knowledge of life, the things you've seen in life that you progressed on, because most of us have ran through life running, not learning anything, just living and just living to live, like getting up every day, take a shower, go to work, go to school, and not learning anything. So I'm asking the panel, what have you learned that you actually sat down with yourself to realize and live through?
I learned every day. I learned.
Wait, you ran through life running?
But no, let's don't overreach what he just said. Okay.
That's what he said.
I know, but let's don't overreach it. It's simple. I learned every day, man. When I first started getting into the YouTube street, dealing with these young people, they cussed me out. They told me I was old-fashioned. They told me all kinds of shit. And if I had to believe what they had said versus learning why they were saying it, I would have never been on this panel in 26. I started off with this in 2015, and I've been consistent. Have never monetized my channel. My channel has always been about information. And so what I'm saying is, life is a struggle. I learn every day. I'm learning something tonight. So we none of us are beyond approach.
Yeah, no doubt. You know, I mean, I learn every day. So, you know, shoot, I know with the females, for example, like I feel like I used to, you know, say the good things to females and they wasn't going for that. So I just started speaking my mind and they actually liked it better when I just speak my mind and just was straight up, you know, whether it was good or bad, you know what I mean? Because no matter what, if they like you, they're gonna like you. If not, then it just is what it is.
And that's real, Dev, because that's something I learned. Like, honestly, you just need to just always be yourself, regardless. Like, regardless of what the consequences are, just be you. Because if she with you, she for you, it won't matter. And if she can't accept you for who you are, that won't matter either. So you just weed them out. You know what I'm saying? As long as you stay true to yourself, that's all. Always.
No doubt. So Wolf Stack, with all this lack of confidence, bro, I'm not. No, I'm just playing. I'm not gonna go back to that. I'm just playing around though. You know what I mean?
No, I don't take it nowhere, Dave. I don't take it nowhere, bro.
How about you, Rose?
I appreciate you, bro. I troll in real life, so I appreciate you, Dave.
Oh, you out of this? Okay, well, stand down, stand down. How about you, Miss Morris?
I don't know. I'm about to go to bed. I'm tired. It's 5 o'clock in the morning here.
Well, give us that last recap before you go to sleep. Come on now, you got to smile. You might as well let it out.
I mean, I don't know what. I'm gonna think about it for a second.
Okay.
Hey, Karen, do you be using that like that Philly slang, like John and Turkey, and you know what I mean, like calling people dickheads?
Now I might say John every once in a blue moon, but
you don't say you a nut ass freak boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely different language because they say different shit in New York. Like that, you call it like the dozens or cutting ass.
Yeah, you like bull.
Yeah.
You know.
How about you? How about you? Why So Serious podcast? Or you gotta get off mute first. You on mute?
I don't even lie. I was talking to my cousin. He coming in time. What you was saying?
I was saying that is anything that you feel like in your day-to-day struggles of life, do you have learning curves? Because a lot of people look at failure as failure versus learning curve. I learned how to turn it upside down. You feel like you learn something every day? You go through struggles? Okay.
Every day, but it really did. Like he said, we just ran through life. It really didn't change until I started having kids. Once I had my first child, and then dang, I should have listened to my mama and been mindful of who I had kids with, because it's a lot come behind it. Then when I settled down with somebody, started having kids, that's when a lot of regret came in, because I didn't take the necessary steps in my 20s to be to the point where I'm a good father. Then when I do decide to get money, now I become a grinder. Like I told Rose the other day, I had my last child, and for a period of time, she didn't even know who I was, because I was spending 10, 12 hours out the house. I leave before they come up, and then I leave before everybody wake up, and then I come home by everybody sleep. And it's a lot that come with it, but the kids aspect was, you wake up and like if you want to see time fly, start having kids. You wake up, they 5, and you got to make certain decisions on that day to day. But I didn't have kids; it was just me. I cared, but I didn't care enough to think about the future of things. So you get what I'm saying? Like now, that's the only thing. Like I do have certain regrets on it. Like now I could have, and if I knew then what I knew now, the hindsight behind it, I would have been in a better situation. But I wouldn't change it for nothing though, cause I love the little growing pains. I love it builds.
Yes, sir.
But you could have beat that. You could have beat that, bro. As a nigga that got 5 kids, you could have beat that.
Yeah, we understand that. What the thing is, we're talking about. See, this is why I think Trey is a genius. And I told him this. Yeah, I think he's a genius in what he's doing on his platform.
Stop hating, bro.
And the reason why I say that is because I don't want to join other platforms that we can't have honest conversations.
Yeah.
I've been on them platforms ever since 2015. I think the conversation only moves to another level when we all can be accountable for what we have did to our community, what we have did to ourselves, and what we have did to others. We can all play the blame game, see, but that don't help nobody. And anybody who ever been in any counseling session know that don't work. And this is why, we can go through all the stuff we do. We can have entertainment with this. We can have fun. But when we have something that, see, I work with people like this. And I know when somebody's speaking lightly, but I know when they're speaking from a sense of pain. And if we can't start to understand that, then we're going to never clean this up.
Never gonna get enough.
OG, but the problem is a lot of us don't want to get up out the bed and go look in the mirror. Most of us get out the bed, go take a shower, brush our teeth, get ready for work, and don't even look in the mirror at all. Because most of us don't like who we are as a person, as people. Because we got trauma, we got bullshit, we don't like our bodies, how we built, what's going on. This is a real life thing. And we'll leave the house, go get in our car, go take the train, go take the bus, and we'll do everything in the world but come back to that mirror and see ourselves. So once we see ourselves,
because truth make you want to make adjustment. I remember when I first went into the Nation of Islam, and when I went through the doors, one of the brothers told me, say, you better be prepared. It's like being asleep and somebody come in and holler at you and cut on the lights. It hurts your eyes. When you are in enlightenment of truth and understanding of what you need to be doing to get on your journey, your true journey, that right there it hurts sometimes. Because now you don't have nobody to blame but yourself.
My mama used to say this thing: people can play life all they want to, they can do everything they want, but reality dictates all. What you think about before you the one that got to live with them thoughts in your head before you go to bed and when you wake up. So what he's saying makes sense. You can play it all you want to, but eventually you got to come full, because the universe don't owe nobody to understand it, and it's gonna smack you in your face eventually. It's gonna humble you.
Well,
look, my fault. Go ahead, bro. My fault. Go ahead.
I was gonna ask, like, why so serious podcast? Because he said something, and I want to ask him, like, what do you define a good father?
It's levels to that. I thought being a good father my whole life was servitude and duty. So it's like, man, go to work, come home, make sure that your family never bend or fold. But then when I missed out on her potty training. Like, I started missing out on certain things, and my son was the same way, because he's 5 now, my daughter's 2. And it's levels to that, but it's also to each to the different type of dynamic of your household. But in the household with me, it hurted me more to see my kids not really know their father. They just know of me. And to me, being a good father is protection, provisioning, but also actually being there for the kids, maintaining and actually helping showing the kids that what's a good, healthy relationship with the mama and the father. We can go down a lot with it.
But we can make it simple.
I'm a dad too. I got 5 kids. I love all my kids equally, right? As a dad, I went out, I live in New York, bro. I used to get up at 6:45 in the morning. My kids gotta be at school at 8. I used to get their clothes out their bins or their closet so they could go to school in the morning, right? My ex-wife was lazy as F. She didn't want to do nothing. She wanted to party at night, so I had to do double jobs. I get up, take my quick shower, my quick little wash up, get them ready for school. take them in the bathroom, brush their teeth, wash their face, make sure they got their uniform on. Bro, there's no specific way to be a dad. What it is the best you can is like making sure they straight and they good. They love.
My thing is, I got 5 children. The oldest 50 and the youngest 29, just turned 29. One of the things I found out in each of my children to understanding what a good father, and I wrapped that up, was always being there when they need you. Let me just give you a quick what I'm talking about. My first 3 kids, I disciplined them different than I disciplined my last 2. My father never put his hand on me or any of his children. And I learned that from the woman's side of the family by spanking. I didn't spank my last 2 children, and I see a hell of a difference in them. A hell of a difference. And what I'm saying is, it's something you go have to understand as you get in it, because each year and each moment it's going to be something different. But that's why I put it in that one thing, always being there when they need you, regardless of what.
Being more than just the financial. Like, you gotta be there. You gotta be there. Like, it's no better feeling. I end up becoming part of the coaching staff on the team for the kids. And I don't really like kids like that. But my stepson and my son, and I got my oldest daughter, and I even got to the point where I got her sister on her mama's side to come to the team, and it felt great. Like, so it's stuff like that. I heard women complain about mine. It's more than just because you paying the bills, I need help with the kids too. After going through that, I kind of understand what they mean by it.
DVD.
I don't.
I forgot one important. I forgot one important thing. I forgot one important thing in that story. I went back and apologized to my other 3 kids. I raised them by using violence to make them be in control.
About your oldest 3?
Yeah, my oldest 3. I went back.
Like that. I noticed that with a lot of people, the oldest kids get raised different than the younger.
Because you learn, it's on the job experience. Wait. There's no blueprint in when it parenting. You learn it on the job. And each child's going to be something different. You might be able to educate one child with one method and the other child learn from another method. And so you got to be able to gauge what each child needs. You know what I mean? I mean, sometimes your children gonna think you love one child over the other, and you got to explain to them. I didn't do that to you because I know you would go be all right in the universe. I took special need with that child because I know that child was weak in that. So it's an on-the-job training.
No, it is. You're right.
That's why I believe that the best way is getting back to how it used to be, the nuclear family. I'm never going to
Facts. We all agree about that. We all agree about that.
I think we set that stage earlier tonight.
I know,
getting back to knowledge of self.
Yep.
But the sick and the sad part is we have not all, but most women that go outside, go to get a job, or not get a job, be on welfare, work 4 days a week, 3 days a week, and your daddy don't love you, daddy hates you, and they building the hateful rhetoric in our children. Even if the daddy's outside the window, let me get my child, let me get my daughter, let me get my son. Now your daddy don't love you. That's a sickening, fucked up thing. I never seen not one man in my lifetime say when they get full custody of their kids or their son or their daughter, you can't go to your mom's house. I never heard that. I never seen it in my life. Call your mom, see how your mom doing. Make sure your mom's good before she go to work today. I see fathers do that. I never seen not one woman, unless she's under God's grace, says, call your dad, please. Go to your dad's house this weekend and make sure your dad's okay. And, I'll call you when you get to your father's house. Call me when you get there.
What's that? Let me ask you a question. Because I want you to be able to piggyback on what you just said. You say you're a Christian?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so who did the devil tempt first?
Eve.
Why did he tempt Eve and Adam was here years before Eve? Why did he tempt her?
Because the devil knew that Eve was going to be a temptress and easy to talk to without Adam being around.
But why did you think he approached her, not Adam?
Well, in the Bible, they said that the woman is a weaker vessel. So you know,
it's
going to be harder to manipulate the man than it is
right.
the woman.
Okay, so if we in another people culture, who you think they go approach first?
Our women, of course.
Okay, now if you understand that, then you will understand that story as being a Christian. And so this is what I tell a lot of brothers. Regardless of whatever you say, it was done on your watch. How can another man come in your house, train your woman to hate you, and you can't train your woman to love you?
Okay. Dave,
Think
you want
about
to
that.
answer
Let
that
it resonate.
question first, brother?
Let that resonate a little bit.
No, I ate that question. I ate that question for 30 plus years. I'm 38 now. I ate that question for a long time since I was 10 years old. So I know that question in my heart, in my mind. That's why I asked Dev to go first, or whoever wants to go first. But
yeah. Wait, what was the question?
I ain't heard a question. I think he made a statement.
no, the question he asked was who and why was the woman attacked during a certain time in the Bible over the man?
Oh yeah, that's OG. That's OG.
I
Yeah.
thought we moved past that already, though.
Yeah.
I want to know what he said.
He just asked that. He just asked that 10 seconds
it was
ago.
just the last thing he said. There wasn't.
Because I didn't.
The last thing I said was, how is it that a man can come in your house and train your woman and train your children to hate you, and it's on your watch, and you can't teach them to love you?
I do agree with that. Men got to placate to the system because the system, it divided us purposefully. But if you got a woman at home that's really trying to work with you, and
I understand that, but you got to understand. See, before the triangle offense, Phil Jackson, he wasn't the originator, but he was one of the one who used it proficiently. Before they was able to come up with a defense, it was just running over everybody. So if we know these things as men, that this is the attack they go use, then we should be able to came up with a defense for this. So this is why I say we got to really start having the real conversation. We know all the problems, but every time we get on these panels, everybody got the solution. Everybody got, let me say, have the problem for the solution versus the solution for the problem. You say something, you'll say something, then somebody else will come up here and say something. Hey, yeah, that's okay, but we gonna do it this way. And then did say something. Oh, that's okay, but I look at it this way. We gotta get on the same frequency. Let me just be honest with you. And some of the people in the chat and some of the people on the panel are gonna turn against what I'm about to say. If we can't get rid of the N-word, how are we gonna get rid of the behavior?
I've been saying that for so long. Oh my man. To the point where I'm starting to train myself to not even say it no more. It comes out every now and then, but
that's a fact. That's a fact. I mean, I do think that a lot of men act feminine now, though. Like they placate to the woman, rather than like the woman adjusting to them, they adjust to the woman entirely.
Training. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
If I have your dog for 6 hours in a day, regardless by the time he get back to your house, I don't have it for 6 hours, bro. Most of the time you getting home when it's they getting ready to go to bed. If you're working, you understand what I'm saying? So I got the most important time of your children from 7 Believe it or not, people don't understand why it's so important to have that child at 6 and 7. Because whatever you instill in that child at that age, it really sticks with them from a lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
OG with people,
but I hate it. I loathe it. I really loathe it because it's like if you look at the way the school system set up, it's set the same way up as a jail cell. You got one person in jail telling everybody on the pod to be quiet, the same way you got one person telling 30 kids to shut up and stand in one line. The same bus that you go to jail in is the same bus that kids go to school in. They pretty much sit the same as like
social engineering.
No. Hold on. We leaving a big thing out. Back in like the late 70s, early 80s, like let's say for a 20-year span, they had everything in high school. They had plumbing, working on cars, women cooking food. They had home economics. They had everything in the world you could leave from your school to get a job without going to college, without getting a GED, without doing any of those things. They stopped. They even had computer classes in the 1970s. They did that so they could put us black men behind. Because they know us as men, black men, especially men, period. Let's not even say black. Let's say men, period. Right? We could all learn quickly. We could lift heavy. We could do plumbing. We could do electricity. We could do HVAC. They took that out of the school so they could make more money. So they got the same programs in college and 6 to 8 month courses. So we got to pay now to get regular shit we used to get in school. So now we behind our women. So if nobody pays attention to this shit, right? So they give our women free courses to college, free courses to get a business. They give them business loans, everything in the world to be over men. It's not just black women. This is every woman in New York, not even in New York. Let's say over the country, right? To make women over the man. This is what they've done over the past 65 years. You see the Cosby Show. You see Family Matters. You saw shows where men were competent, but they also show shows where men are incompetent.
Women are the number one. Black women are the number one educated women in America, but they're the most in debt of all women in America.
They're the most enrolled, not the most. They're the most enrolled.
No. I'm talking about. I didn't say finish college or whatever. I say the latest stats show the black women are the most educated women in America, but they're the most in debt. So we can't deal with. We got to deal with, regardless of what they do, my brother. Mm-hmm. Regardless of what they do, if there's a difference between a white man feeling in his system with all the opportunities versus a black man in a system that is put against him. What I am saying, that system goes across the board. They didn't just stop black people from going, having trades in high school. They stopped everyone. And you are correct. They put all them trades in community colleges. But what I'm saying is, we are very unique people with a very unique history. And if we don't start thinking outside the box and start thinking inside the circle, we're going to reproduce this every 25 years. And so what I'm saying is, you're correct. But you know what I used to do with my daughter? I used to put her, she had a little car she gets in, and I used to call her real loud. She would rush out of the room and trip over that car. And about the 7th, 8th time, I can call her as loud as I want to. She'd just get up, open that door, and move that car out the way and come to the front room. And then she asked me when she was about 17, why, Dad, you used to do that? Because I told Aaliyah, that's her name. I said, Aaliyah, I wanted to teach you, regardless of what somebody put in front of you, you could either jump over it, move it out the way, but you could still be on your journey. And until we learn that, I'm one of the ones, and I believe this, and I believe this wholeheartedly. The younger generation accused the older generation of faulting the white man more than anything. They say we overdo it. Well, I can tell the new generation, you do the same thing when it comes to your women. And so you're going to have a balance. there's a lot of truth in what brothers say about what women are doing. They off the hook. But we got to understand why. We got to understand what we're going to do about it and how we going to move. And a lot of the things we won't be able to do it over these platforms. But that's why you get yourself in little groups and call it think tanks. So you can move on things like this. But we can't keep using the same status quo while these things are in front of us. These trenches are in front of us. We got to learn how to move around them, brother, because way before you, they was doing it way before you.
Let me ask you a question. OG,
Yes,
we're the only populace in the past 2,570 years that have not gotten any money. So they gave the little hat people money. They gave little hat people money. They gave everybody else money but black folks. They say welfare is your money. They even gave Indians major parts of Las Vegas. They got casinos, bread, all that.
I understand all that, brother.
No, I'm saying is, hear me out for a second. Why are they not giving us our money?
Well,
Let's see.
Wait a minute.
Can I have that?
Let me answer this. Then it's gonna make a lot of sense with you. If me and you at war, you think I'm supposed to throw ammunition across the damn fence and let you shoot at me?
No.
See,
Okay, so that's what. Wait a minute.
I got you.
That's what you're asking them to do. For me, I would never get up here and say we're not owed some type of reparation. Well, what I will say, that don't mean my kids gonna be starving until I'm gonna sit around and just be praying into the sky for that to happen. I'm gonna be making moves so if that ever happened, it just gonna make a bigger impact of what we're already doing. I'm saying we're not even doing our best without it.
Why we gotta be the only ones that do that?
No. I'm not. I understand your question. I understand your question, brother. You're not understanding me. I'm saying when you get the right power, you don't ask for it. You demand it. Don't you see this white boy trying to back force Greenland into his circle now? Do you understand what war, the art of war is? Do you understand the enemies don't give others to give them things to defeat them? What I'm saying is we have to change our mind, and when we change our mind, our outcome will change. We can get all that you asking for, but if you sitting around disappointed and thinking about it because you haven't got it, then you can never be making the moves you should be making.
And it ain't just that. Why don't we hold the black people that got money and power that's built? Why don't we hold them to the flame of actually giving back like they really supposed to? Instead of once they get their money, they move out and go live in places that they go live out, move to Calabasas, all that, and then complain about white people, but then you moving into a neighborhood where it wasn't meant for you anyway. Why are we not? That's the only thing I have about people who do that. Why don't y'all hold black people who actually got it, who actually can make a difference, instead of holding the white people, because they ain't gonna do it, they ain't been doing it, and they not gonna try to do it. So why not hold the white people who got the black people who made it and got the money to the flame of helping us out or giving back or doing something?
Can the best basketball player ask for a bigger contract than the Rudy Poo player, the tomato can? And just answer that question. Can the best basketball player ask for a bigger contract than the regular tomato can?
Yes.
He could demand it, not just ask. He could demand, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody listen to you, my brother, when you ain't got no power.
True.
We go get that. Wait a minute. We go get what we go. Whoops that. We go get what you thinking in your head right now, because I think the same thing. But when we do get it, we won't be on our knees. We'll be on our feet.
We'll be already made it. It's I don't know. I know y'all don't watch anime. It was an anime that I watched that just said this. The protagonist was innocent and all, and his friend, they end up being enemies. And his mentor said the only way you're going to get your friend to listen to you is you're going to have to fight him to almost to the death, because he's not going to listen to a weakling. People only listen and people only give strong. They're going to listen to you, fight you. But if you're strong, then they'll actually hear you out. They'll give you a seat at the table if they know that that dealing with you is gonna be an imbalance on they. It might be an imbalance on their side. So I do agree with that. If you got power, you can actually have some. Yeah, you're right.
Okay, hold on. So have y'all seen what I've seen for the past 38 years, the past 40 plus years? Here's some food stamps. Here's a little bit of money. Here's Section 8. Here's housing. The problem is they give us the bare minimum, and everybody else that they destroyed, everybody that they destroyed and took down and killed and disrupted, they gave them everything. I'm talking about billions of dollars. There's houses of people that's different ethnicities that have billions of dollars based on a family name that are living in luxury, but we are outside killing each other, robbing, stealing, beating each other up, having shootouts and shit for no reason. They refuse to give us anything because they want to see us destroy ourselves. They want to see us as a black unison be demolished.
But the same can be said that we actually are accepting that though. You don't have to get on food stamps. You got people on food stamps right now with college degrees.
You got people pulling up to the social service office in a Mercedes Benz.
Did they give everybody else their money? Yes or no?
No, I ain't.
No. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm asking that they give everybody else their bread.
Why are we as men watching other people's pockets? I'm not talking about just the United States, brother. I'm talking about when we standing on our feet, we take over the world. Do you understand? We brought civilization to the world at one time. Now we are kneeling till Johnny come home lately and following behind them. Look up the word follow in the dictionary. That means you will always be behind. So what I'm saying is you can get little groups. I meet with 7 brothers every month on things that we can do to either help people, things we could do as far as our community. Sometimes we go out and we paint people houses as senior citizens who can't afford it or whatever. Just little things. See, you shaking your head. You don't understand. How can you make a brick without a grain of sand, brother?
No, that's the problem. I do understand. They even got Somalis that stole $5.2 billion in Minnesota. My problem that I'm trying to get you to understand is that everybody's getting a slate of bread of money. They getting a piece of land of the planet, and we not getting nothing. That's my point. We have anytime. Hold on. Hear me out for a second. If a nigga get a PPP loan for 20 bands, he going to jail for 10, 15 years. If he's a regular normal black man, he going to jail forever. But everybody else could skate on the land and get money and skate along and find a little patch in to tax themselves in and get money. But when it's black men or black women, we going to sit up forever. You're going to sit in jail for the next 79 years of your life. Why is that a thing?
Have you ever read a book? Wait a minute. Have you ever read a book called The Pale Horse?
Yeah, by William Cooper.
I started.
Have you ever read that book?
I have.
If you haven't
I read half of that book. That's a book about somebody saying how.
How about Message to the Black Man?
Yeah, I have.
Is that from Sister Shahrazad?
No, Elijah Muhammad. It's not from Sister. I'll tell you what.
He also has a.
You got a cash app. You got a cash app. I will buy that book for you. I want you to read it and come back and have this conversation with me.
No, I can read it online for free, OG. I appreciate you. 100 on my spirit, on my soul. I find it for free. I'll read it just because you told me to read it. I read it.
Right, and then come back and have this conversation with me.
See, my only downside with this conversation is I do agree that the system is put in place for the people to pay them, especially the system. My problem is if we as people can have a conversation, even jailbirds say, yeah, the system is garbage. But then why do you consistently make decisions and choices to be a part of this system when you can go against the grain?
Somebody don't want that's who is that don't want to sleep?
Is that crazy?
Somebody calling sheep. That's somebody calling sheep, goats, and everything.
Is that crazy?
That's crazy, bro. Leosha's over there. She's muted. That's right. Trey out for a 10 count, bro.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie.
One,
I ain't gonna lie. I thought that was you, man.
bro, out for a 10 count, like.
I thought that was you, OG. I ain't gonna even lie.
No, you. How could I start snoring right after I just said something? Hell,
We just popping shit, man.
know,
but,
bro.
Yeah, Trey's a great brother. He's
Yeah, he got to get up and take his son and practice every day. Get up early in the morning. Got to run these panels. Yeah, I ain't yeah, but
Well,
like
let me
I
ask
say,
hey, OG,
he sound like a '57 Chevrolet right about now. A bad muffler.
That was crazy. That's crazy. Yo, you sound like a muscle car. That's wild, bro.
Like a rock.
Hey, OG, let me ask you a question, OG.
Yeah.
Like, because you said that, you know, you stopped whooping your 2 kids and you have 5. Like, what's the difference that you seen for the people, your kids that you whooped versus the kids that you didn't whoop?
Well, the ones that I didn't whoop, they're not as timid as the ones I did whoop. And if anybody ever had an animal that have been abused or spanked or something, you'll see the difference between a dog put his tail between his legs versus have it up high. When you don't spank, see, when you spank children, sometimes you stifle their imagination because they don't want to go out anything outside of what you teach them. You understand what I'm saying? So you stifling them. Because the greatest gift that a human being can have is imagination. The first man that invented a car never seen one. You see what I'm saying? Because that had to come from imagination. But when you stifle a child's mind, you stop that imagination. Because they're always watching to see is they going to do something wrong. They walking around eggshell. If you ever been in any kind of relationship where you walking around on eggshells, either be your mother, your father, your girlfriend, or whatever, it's not a real life. So that's the most, they grasp things, the last 2 kids grasp towards things a little different. You know what I mean? They willing to take a chance. You see what I'm saying? So that might have worked in our generation because a whooping might have been the difference between being hung up in a tree. But we don't have them type of days today. You see what I'm saying? So we should take a real approach of how do we train our kids. And if you have to beat something in there, I told this boy once before, I say, a young man, I say, if you have to beat your children to make them understand and make them do what you want, well, why you don't do that same thing to your girlfriend? See, we know it don't work.
It's not the same thing. I'm a father of 5 too. My daughter is my only child that I very rarely have to spank because she sees me getting up, getting loud. Hey, Prinny, sit down. Okay, Daddy, I'm sorry. Like my sons are like rambunctious. They not all the time, but when they were rambunctious, they were like, no, Daddy, I'm on the play. Like, listen, bro, relax. Like I tell you 2 more times, I'm gonna beat your ass. Okay, Daddy. It's like when the difference between a boy and a girl is that boys, especially when they're young,
brother. I
got 4 sons too, and I'm not a liar. Like my kids are all my.
Hey, I heard you.
No, I'm not saying you.
Yeah, I got you. I'm feeling you, but I don't have this conversation. I know what you're about to say. What I'm gonna tell you. There's a difference between a pit bull in South Central versus one in Beverly Hills. The one in South Central is getting his ass beat, and it's wild and it's crazy. Tear up and want to kill anything.
I don't think so.
It's about behavior, bro.
Hey, I breed dogs for a living. I get in bite suits with them, all of it. I've been doing it for almost my whole life. I got 200-pound dogs in my backyard right now, both of them bulls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying?
You them big old dogs that be up there out in cat. I'm telling you, we done been to Mobile. We done been, man, to go get puppies. We done traveled Denton, Texas, Dallas, Texas, Mobile, Alabama. I'm telling you, it's a man. We went to go get my puppies. We went to a woman. It was a woman, an older lady who handled these dogs by herself, and she had good correction with it. They live differently. These dogs put up, and I will never put a 200-pound dog in my house. My dog's outside in the snow right now. She had her dogs in the house, and she had 3 of them.
That's kind of messed up. It's cold outside.
But do you understand?
I got them right though. Haste, straw, all that. I got a torch back there.
I'm telling you, my brother, I don't tell nobody how to run their household. I'm just telling you what was the difference between 3 children and 2 children. 1 a female and 1 a boy, and the rest of the 3 that before them was all boys. So what I'm trying to tell you is this worked for me. And you know where it came from? I did a movie called Congo. I went to Africa and I seen parents, and I say parents, not just women, but parents, had totally obedient children without ever putting a strap on.
Well, let me ask you this, OG, a follow-up question. Like, okay, so how did you replace like the whoopings? Like, what did you do to discipline them?
Find out what they like. Like I had like my daughter, she liked to play with this Barbie whole set, and I got a easy baker where she can cook and stuff like that. And when she would get in trouble, I would take all this stuff from her. You see what I'm saying? So when you get a spanking, yeah, it's physical hurt and stuff, and it has a little mental part about it, but it's over without the punishment. See, I learned how to discipline with punishment versus taking, because nobody wants nothing taken away from them. You know what would happen if you take your phone away from your child today? If that was the punishment, or would him say like, man, yeah, I got my butt busted at 2:00, but I'm on my PlayStation right now at 4:00. You haven't did anything but taught that kid that violence is the way of an answer of things, and so you shouldn't be surprised when they go to school they go be violent. You shouldn't be surprised because they learn how to handle conflict with violence.
Yeah. No, I agree. Because I think about my life as well, is that the most effective way of like teaching me was when they explained certain things to me, not the whooping.
Right.
So then that's actually what I did to carry on to, because I have 2 kids. So that's what I did to carry on to my children as well, is that, I just communicate with them more effectively. And I go with your method as well. Like if they like something, they have something, and they're doing something wrong, I'll probably take that away. And then whatever they do right, I'll give it back. So they understand what they did wrong and what they understand what they're doing right.
We gotta learn how to do. We gotta learn how to do mental things, because this world that we live in, most of our training, social engineered, is done by mental. We make moves on mental. Hell, I lived in a neighborhood with drug infected. I never touched it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So just because I call spanking the cheat code, bro. That's what I call it. I call it the cheat code. That means that you have did something. And most of the time when we spank our children, we're not in the right state of mind in the first place. We angry. You should never do anything physical toward anyone when you angry. Because when you angry, you're not thinking properly. And so what I'm saying is people can do whatever they want to do, how they want to raise their children. But man, I've been beat with everything from a frying pan to a drop cord and everything else. And people say, well, look how you turned out. I said, don't look how I turned out. Look what I could have been if I hadn't been treated like that.
Yeah. No, that's a fact, because I also think that a lot of times we make excuses for a child's actions. For example, like I know that I had a short temper when I was younger, and they'll say you're just like your father, rather than like correcting it.
Right.
And then like then when I get whooped, they'll just pile on to my temper and think that that's how I handle situations, being aggressive.
Right. And it just really made you more aggressive. I mean, we go to training for work. We go to training, learn how to play basketball. We go to training, learn how to run. Most of all our things in our life is training. and none of it is beaten to us. We voluntarily want to do something that we are interested in, and it's done through training. The way we produce things, man, I'm gonna tell you, man, the way we produce things, if you look at it, we got supposed to have the best education system. We have the kids spend more time in school than they did in the 40s, 30s, and all that. And we had more inventions in the 1700s and 1800s than we have today. So that shows you something, that when we was able to use our imagination, that we were able to overcome a lot of bad situations.
Mm-hmm.
The reason we have got contempt now, because we got a bunch of cheat codes, and you know, and I put this on the older generation too. We dropped the ball on a couple of things, but we had a different fight we had to have it. But we did drop the ball on a lot of stuff. And I'm saying that we didn't pass. See, if my father was born in 1912, probably when he first started working, hell, it was less than 2 or 3 cents an hour, if you can say that much. You understand what I'm saying? I remember back in the 70s when I first got my first working job, and I was making, I know it had to be under the 90 cents an hour. So what we're saying is, as we go on in life, we're supposed to be able to learn, and that's what I was talking about earlier tonight. As you go in life, you're supposed to be able to learn something that will make you more successful. And this is one of the two things that is not making us successful. We got some old ways we need to get rid of. We got some real bad eating habits. We was eating survival food that we call soul food. Too salty, too greasy, too much blood. That's why we have all the elements we have today. We have the worst of every element you can think of. And the reason why is we have never, ever changed our diet. Now, I will say there's a lot of us are moving toward a better diet. But when we have them get-togethers on Christmas and Thanksgiving, we're eating the same kind of food. I remember that movie called, what was that movie called? With the grandmother who passed away.
Oh, Soul Food.
Soul Food, right? Yeah. The same food that they ate that got her in that casket
diabetes,
is the same food that they was eating when she died.
Yeah.
With her celebration. So what I'm saying is, we got to understand the learning curve. See, it's not what happens to you, it's the lesson you learn when it happens to you. And a lot of us don't get the lesson.
Yeah. No, that's a fact. You know, that is a fact. You know, because I generally think that we don't even get the conversation going. You know, like we just do a lot of projection. You know, like for example, like when we're talking about kids, you know, a kid may do something and, you know, we ready to go down their throat rather than understanding why they're doing whatever it is that they're doing. You know, and having that conversation with them, because, you know, when you have that conversation, it makes them a better person and it builds a better relationship with that, you know, the child. And they start thinking for themselves like, why am I doing this?
Because
you know,
when you give your child the understanding of not wanting to disappoint you, it's better than any belt.
Yeah.
It's better than any belt.
Yeah.
That's what you call true love. That's what you call true love.
Well, let me ask you this. Like, do you think that that's why, like, you know, outside of like the system and the stuff that we see, like, do you think that how we treat our children is the reason why it's hard to have like good relationships when you get older?
I think so, because every 18 years we start a new generation living self. You know, we're some of the only people who want to push our children out of the house when they turn 18.
Yeah.
Seriously. And until we start to understand what the community means, what it takes, what we say sometimes, it takes a what to raise a
village to raise a child.
And see, we are in a system that is not made up on a village. It's made on laws, bylaws, and everything else, but it's not made on a social construct. We live in a universal social construct. The universe is social. It gives you everything you without having to pay for it. It gives you everything you need. But then somebody else come along with a policy and laws and make you live under that system. And then we got to understand what don't work for us. We all have to wear the mask, but some of us too happy to wear it. We do understand that. We are in a foreign place, whatever. I don't care how many years it been. We are people here who are differently by DNA. That's why I did our parts match everybody. You can put our parts in everybody. If you don't know people gonna be kidnapped, it's gonna be somebody who's black. Because our parts and our organs fit everybody. So what I'm trying to understand, we gotta understand our own true value. Only thing we have to do is start living under our own social construct. Because this construct has never worked for us. Look, we had some of the first millionaires, Madam Walker, way back in the day. So it ain't never been we can't go through doors and bust them wide open. My problem is why we keep going through doors trying to prove something to somebody versus proving it to ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
Until we come to that kind of understanding, we go always be behind the ball. Because, look, if I come to your house, why you think they got home games? Usually the team has the home game, has the advantage, right?
Yeah.
So there's a reason why. Because it's a group thing. They got support from the group, the audience, and everything. So it's not say the outcome is always going to fall in the favor of the home team, but they got a little head start. You see what I'm saying? So we got to understand things on that level. And this is why I don't go out and try to lead young people. I sit back and let them ask me questions, and then I put my 2 cents in. Then it's y'all time, brother. Y'all are the future, and your children are the future of the future. I'm just a student of a student of a student. And if y'all need my help, I'm there. But I'm not out there trying to lead y'all parade. I'm not trying to make y'all me. You see what I'm saying? I'm just trying to make y'all think outside the box that you are in. And if you need help, I can be an advisor, but I'm not going to lead your parade.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a lot of people like to son young people and try to keep them under their thumb. I want all my children to be better than me.
Yeah. You know, that's definitely what it's about. That's what growth is about. You know, you take whatever it is that you have, that you give it to them, and they kind of expand on that, you know, and be better. So I think, but see, I think that becomes like a problem that we have, is that we want our children to be just like us, and we don't want them to expand past us.
Right.
And when
yeah, you're right. We living in a world where our mothers and fathers jealous of their own children.
Yeah.
They're in competition with their own children. Why?
Yep. Yeah.
I ain't gonna be in competition with my boys.
Yeah.
Her mother ain't gonna be in competition trying to, like, she wear a mini skirt and the mother wear one shorter than the one she got on. No, we ain't doing all that. So what I'm saying is, we are the caretakers of our future. But we got to let the future be able to vision and come up with their own imagination. I don't expect y'all to handle the problems the way we did in the 60s. We had a whole different fight. I expect y'all to handle the problems that you're dealing with in real time.
Yeah. Yeah.
But a lot of old people, I would have to say, a lot of old people are guilty. You know what, my brother? I have 2 vehicles and I hardly ever drive. You know what I use? Massive transportation. You know why?
Why?
Because I love talking to young people.
Oh.
And I see how they change when you address them properly.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get on the bus and be a bunch of school kids down, and I'll be like, hey, how y'all doing today? They look at me like, oh man, why these over there talking to me? And then they'll speak back respectful, like, well, what y'all do today? Y'all got them grades up, ain't you? And I'll just be doing it in a joking mind. Some young people outside of their own family, they're not even used to older people's talking to them. We have really thrown our children away.
Yeah.
And say that they got so much disconnect. Well, we had disconnect with our parents too. So that don't mean we get to throw our children away because they got disconnect. Our parents didn't understand the afro, the leather jacket, and the power sign.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I definitely agree. You know, I definitely agree. And I think that, like, a lot of these older individuals feel like they're too busy to really hang out with like children, not like their children, not just children in general, but they feel like they're too busy to hang out with their children.
Yeah.
And I think that, when you do that, it doesn't build a real good connection with the child and the father, for example. And then when it affects like the father, you go outside and you less confident. You're not as confident when you go outside, and because you're supposed to build that within your child, and because the only time, like a lot of times, you go into work for however long, and the interaction that you have may be like discipline, right? Because you upset or whatever, they're doing something bad, that you don't, or you feel like they're doing something bad and you don't know how to combat that other than being physical with them.
Right.
So that's the only interaction that they're really going to have, because you haven't seen them for like 8 hours because you're working.
Right.
And they're going to school. So you with them for like maybe like 4 hours, and some of that 4 hours is discipline them physically.
Most certainly. And it has a long look. This is where I be talking to people sometimes. I said, if spankings really work, nobody spank their children more than black people. Then we supposed to have the most beautiful, disciplined children on this planet, and we don't have. Yeah. See, that's why I always tell people your results always tell you the truth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I mean,
go ahead.
Well, no, I was gonna say also is that, like, because I was actually it's funny we're having this conversation, because I was talking to my homeboy about this, and I was saying, like, you do it so they don't do something bad, right? Or they don't do something that they're not supposed to be doing. But as they get older, let's say like 14, they still do something that they're not supposed to be doing. But now you're not whooping them, so how are they learning?
Mm-hmm.
So if they can learn from when they're 14 without you doing that, then they can learn when they're younger without you doing that as well.
Right.
So it's just interesting, but people always have it ingrained in their mind that they can't teach them any other way. They can't discipline them any other way.
Yes.
And I feel like it goes back to what you're saying, and I feel like that's more of a stifled imagination on their part.
So
because they can't think of any other way of disciplining their child outside of that.
So what I did, I came up with a 411, because at one time 411 used to be information line. I came up with what I call a 411 card. And the time that I spent when my children would do something bad and I would spank them, I would give them an assignment. I would take away something. So you don't just get something taken away from you. You got an assignment too. So, and these assignments would be things like, what do you do when a police stop you? What do you say to that police officer? You see what I'm saying? And they have an answer and a question. And I kept on with these type of assignments till my last two children knew the law better than most police did. They know exactly what to say if the police stopped them. They know exactly what they right, what Constitution was tell to that right, and everything. And this is what I'm talking about. Understanding that, and then your children come back late in your life and say, Dad, you know what? I used to think you was so cruel about some of the things you used to do. But when that police stopped me and I was able to recite some laws of that police, I had a different outcome. Because not only did he knew that I knew the law, he knew that I had came from a good family who would represent me if he did something crazy.
Mm-hmm.
See, these are the kind of examples that we can do for our children that will make our children have the rock, paper, and scissors that I always talk about, the weapons, to be able to go out there and defeat the world. See, saying I know my rights and not knowing your rights is two different things. But when you got the confidence and when you say I know my rights and you know that the police don't supposed to be trying to question you, you don't have to answer any question or ID yourself unless a crime been committed, then now you got that confidence because you sitting up there talking to a man with a gun and a badge. So outside of that, whatever confidence you ain't gonna need. Anything else you approach in life is gonna be an ease. But we don't spend this kind of time with our children because I think a lot of time we get so busy with our life as parents, we try to do a bunch of makeup. And you ever seen a father who hadn't been around his child and then try to buy his child when the first time he see his child? Or a mother who haven't been around their child and they try to shower on them with gifts. That child don't need your gift. That child needs your love.
Yeah, you know, have you ever thought, because you know, I know with my children, you know, because they actually showed me what unconditional love looks like. You know, when they're younger, like they just love you no matter, you know, who you are, what you look like. They just love you, you know, and I always wanted to like keep that, you know, and that's actually the main reason why I never like with my children outside of, you know, understanding my experience and so forth, you know, because I always wanted to keep that unconditional love, you know, within them. You know, of course, like life may, you know, take it away, whatever, but I didn't want to be the one to do that. You know what I mean? And, you know, and hope that I can like capture that and keep it, you know, because it's so like genuine where, you know, like they'll come to you like very like happy, excited, you know, they'll you know, you give them something, they're appreciative of whatever it is that you give them, you know, no matter what it is. You give them a piece of paper, they're appreciative of it. Oh, what's this? Oh yeah, and you know, you crumple it up there, you know, and they're happy just to crumple it up, seeing daddy crumple it up. you know, and I always wanted to keep that. And I think that when it going back to the whooping thing, you know, and then, you know, then I'll get off of that. But when you do that, I think it takes a little bit of the love away.
Most certainly.
You know, like and not just you, but how they view interactions. It goes back to what you were talking about with the dog, when you whooping the dog and their interactions with, you know, certain individuals. Now now a certain dog may be a little more violent, you know, and then there's other dogs that, you know, be timid, you know, like,
yeah,
because they don't want you to come close to them.
Right.
You know, it's, you know, so it goes back to what we're talking about, like the relationships and so forth. I mean, you know, and off of that, you know, because I want to ask you about this, is that because people talk about the nuclear family, but I think that we need to go back to extended families. Like, what do you think about that?
I think the nuclear family would be a start, but I believe wholeheartedly the village. See, when I was coming up, the people in my and in the neighborhood I was raised, they knew my family. They knew everybody in my family, and they see us cutting up, they'll come and tell you right off the street. Like, I'm gonna tell your dad on you. I'm gonna tell your mom on you. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
they was the first line of defense, because once you're outside the house, your mom and your dad really don't know what you're doing. You know, they just hope you're doing the right thing. But when we as children know there was a line of defense, so it just wasn't trying to sneak away from our parents. It was trying to sneak away from that line of defense. And so that's something I think that we need to bring back. You know, we need to bring back, but we so scattered out, my brother. I think the only way we're gonna be able to really do that is reset. When I say reset, we're gonna have to build a community to be an example for all the community that we want them to be in America. And so that's gonna take some sacrifice. It's gonna take some people move out of their comfortable zone and move into areas that we can build that community, because we really don't have a model for that. We really don't. We have talk for that. We know how it sounds, but we know things on paper sometimes don't give you the results that is on the paper. So we have to actually be doing it. We have to make a model that our people can see. in producing the kind of children. Like we got a school out here used to be called Marcus Garvey, right? In California, I'm in California. We got a school out here used to be called Marcus Garvey, and Marcus Garvey used to take the most corrupt children in school, and where other school system would even take them in public school system or private. Marcus Garvey would take the same students, and them students would be doing calculus in the 5th grade. So it's not that our children don't have the intelligence, because one of the things Marcus Garvey School did do was it didn't only train the children, it retrained the parents.
Yeah.
So you can train the children and they have to go back into that same square again in their parents' house, because sometimes their parents are not trained. So there was a requirement. We're going to give you this free education, but you got to show up for parent and child evaluation at least twice a week, an hour. That's all we ask for.
Yeah.
And so that's what you're talking about when you're talking about the extended family.
Yeah.
We look, we ain't gonna like everybody, bro. Everybody your skin color you ain't gonna like. But we have one common goal. What the hell if I like you or not? We're trying to win this. This is the uniform that we was given. You understand what I'm saying? Our black skin is our uniform. And for some reason or another, we don't understand this is a team sport. Everybody white don't get along. Everybody Asian don't get along. Everybody Latino don't get along. But when it comes to critical things, they come together as a team sport.
Yeah.
If that wasn't the case, you look at black people all over this planet, why we are the lowest totem pole. Because everybody else is playing team sport and we playing individual sport. We got a basketball player out there thinking he the next Michael Jordan on steroids. He got 4 other members on his team and he would not pass the ball. And he wonder why he keep losing games. That team keep losing games. Because I don't care if you got one superstar and you got 5 other players who's willing to play team sport, they gonna beat that team with one superstar every time.
Yeah.
And that's where we don't get. We don't understand this is a team sport. And it's just like my brother said, it's a marathon. It won't be done overnight.
Yeah. Yeah, and because and that's interesting that you're talking about that, because I was just going to ask you about that, because my mentality is, I don't reject anybody. I and I'm talking about within my own, I don't reject anybody. It's a difference between like supporting, and accepting, what I mean? Because, you're going like people are going to do whatever they do. There's going to be like gangsters. There's going to be people that's ratchet. There's going to be people that, go to school, educated, whatever the case may be. But you have to accept it all, because we're all one. It's just their aim shouldn't be at tearing us down. As you're saying, this is a team sport. So, I mean, I think that is, that. So when you have, on the team, for example, you have like the point guard, you have like the shooting guards, you have the power forward, small forward, center. They each play their different positions. You can't just have one position and then say, oh yeah, we're going to excel this way. It's like, nah, you need to have these different positions and have them play their position, but also when they see, people that's like educated, or they see people that's moving in the right direction, a lot of times they change, because it's that love that you're expressing to them, because that's what they lack at right now is the love, the guidance, they don't see it, they're raising themselves.
Right.
So when they see that as a community, as what you're talking about, they see that within the community, they want to move better. They want to do better.
Well,
they do what's fashionable.
Right. And it's, I'm going to be honest with you, brother. As long as I've been in this business, I started working at my first radio station in age 16, 1976, WGIV in Charlotte, North Carolina. I moved from there to Atlanta, and I worked at another a couple of radio stations and always have worked in clubs as a DJ. Worked in another radio station, and I used to do the drive time mix at 4 o'clock when people were getting off work. One of the things I find out about us as a whole and as a group of people, that ain't nobody ever came to rescue us. You know, a woman can't go through trauma for 15 years of being abused and you can rescue her from the house and then you can put her right back out there on the dating scene. It takes time for her to rebuild herself up, to understand what happened to her. I think we're at the point that we have already understood what happened to us. We just never got the blueprint how we gonna build. I think one of the greatest speech, and just like I say, my spiritual now is holistic living in Islam. One of the greatest speeches I ever heard was Martin Luther King. If you can go on YouTube, and there's anybody who might be listening to this and listening to live and listen to this in the near future, go back and listen to that speech. That
The last one?
No. It's one is called "What Is Your Blueprint?" Look it up.
I don't know. I'll go check it out.
If you go and listen to that speech, you'll get away from this thing that's stuck in your head about Martin Luther King as a dreamer, because that's what they want us to understand about Martin Luther King, and people don't understand. He just had a birthday that the last 4 or 5 years of Martin Luther King's life was miserable. Black people had turned against him, and so I say that to say this. We can't keep producing the same thing every 25 years and complaining about the same thing every 25 years, because the only thing we're really complaining about is our results. And the only reason we can complain about our results because we haven't changed our mind. If we change our minds, right at the moment of changing your mind, your outcomes completely change. I understand the system of white supremacy. I understand there's a system, just like basketball has a system, football has a system, but that don't mean that you have to let that system control you. You are an individual who can come up with things as a group and move. And see, we want to move everybody. We got to understand everybody ain't gonna move. But when you get these little power pockets that making real good moves, that's where you get your best results. And the reason why you get your best results because it becomes a model how we all can move. And one thing I know about human beings, we like success. Ain't nobody like no losing team. That's why a lot of people want to get off this team they're on, because it seemed to be a losing team. But it's only a losing team because we don't want to draft the number 1 draft picks. We don't want to listen to the watch how the number 1 draft picks move. We don't want to make adjustments in our defense and offense. We go cuss out the man because he's smart, he's intelligent, he makes money. We go call him a coon. But in the same manner, the one that's selling drugs in our community, we go call him a hero. What I'm saying is we gonna have to get some balance. And then I like your analogy about the team sport. But I have another one I use as a mechanic engineer that I am, is I don't care how much gas you got in your car. If you ain't got no spark plugs, that car ain't moving. I don't care how many spark plugs you got in your car and battery, that car ain't gonna move unless it got a starter. Each one of them things in that car is as important as the other. If I need my garbage to be empty on the street, I don't need a doctor. I don't need a lawyer. I need a garbage man. That's important. If I need to be recognized in the court and to have a lawyer to go to court, I don't need a doctor at that time. I need a lawyer. So we got to understand what the importance of each level of life is. And we had to put it to its max. We got to stop looking down on people, and we got to stop punching up on people. We got to find the people who are ready to move the way we are, and we can't sit around complaining about the people who are not. We're the one who has to draw this model that we want everybody to see as a success. And until we're willing to do that, we're going to be on this internet fighting about bullshit. Fighting about Anton and Corey when the white man done went to the moon and came back and we still flying kites. So what I'm trying to say, that we haven't never gave our best. We complain about why we can't give our best.
No, I agree. You know, because the interesting thing about like, if we're talking using like that small example of the Corey and Anton, you know, that's still a reason for us to be separate because there's individuals that's on Anton's side, there's individuals that's on Corey's side.
Right.
You know, and they reject the other side. You know, so it is quite interesting, and I do see it as being like, you know, by design, but you know, it is up for us to like, you know, defeat the design, like to redesign it.
But we designed this one.
Yeah, redesign.
We designed this one. Let me tell you something right now, bro. If we was up here showing pictures of Corey doing bad things or showing things, Anton doing bad things, we would have 200 or 300 people in this channel, even at this time in the morning. I don't seen it done. I used to be on the Fight Club. So I don't seen it done, brother. What I'm saying is we don't have enough patience outside of the entertainment of us beating each other up to understand what we should be focusing on. You understand what I'm saying? This brother right now would have 25, 30 super chats right now if we was on here and doing that kind of clown shit.
Yeah.
But see, we and you are talking about something serious and they'll drop off like flies. Ain't no fight. If you think I'm lying, you get your own channel one day entitled. It seemed like everybody know when a channel is having a fight. It spread like wildfire. And so what I'm saying is, think about that mindset that we can only gravitate towards negativity.
Yeah.
What kind of mindset is that?
Yeah, that is interesting. You know, that's just we gravitate towards, you know, things that destructive rather than constructive. You know,
and we learn this from them. Think about all news is close to 80% negative. All news across the big three. These are things that we learned. And at the same time, there's 500,000 things are going good, but they got you on an hour on a TV news that telling you how everything is bad. That's the mindset this type of system builds and interject into your head because they do understand one principle. If you got a strong family, it's hard to defeat. When you make that family divide and fight against themselves, I'll tell you, follow the money. Because now you're splitting out a household. They're fighting against each other. Somebody else is getting rich, the lawyers or the lawmakers, and sending their children to Princeton and Harvard while you going to jail or living in hell. Look at your outcomes versus their outcomes. They didn't get to put on suits, go in the courthouse, represent you, or pretend to represent you until they drain your bank account. But their kids get to go to Princeton and Harvard while you get to go to hell or either jail.
Yeah.
So we can't blame the fox for wanting to eat the chicken. We can blame the chicken for not figuring out how it can keep the fox from eating it.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, because it's interesting because going back to what you were saying to Wolf Stacks is that, you know, and I don't think that he was like grasping it. It's like, why are you going to give us something? Why are they going to give us something to defeat them?
Yeah.
You know, like that doesn't make any sense.
I'm going to give you the gun and say, well, you know, it haven't been fair. So, you know what, I'm feeling sorry. And as long as we got to fight, I'm going to give you guns and ammunition. They only give you guns and ammunition when you go turn it on yourself. Hell, in California, they say, what was it, the 90s? They had a whole train full of guns and another train full of ammunition. They stopped right there in Watts and opened up the doors, and that's how all this gang violence in California went to steroids. Think about that. Somebody had the mindset to let a train stay in one of the worstest part of the neighborhood, in the city, opening it up with full guns and ammunition to shoot out of that gun.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if they knew that we was going to take them guns and turn it on them, they would have never left that train there. They knew that we was ready to turn guns on ourselves.
Yeah, well, it's the interesting thing is that because, as I look at it, as they see us as a threat, because if not, then they wouldn't be over there doing so many malicious things to us. Whether it be like the drugs, whether it be like the guns, whether it be, AIDS, whether it be all these different things, they wouldn't be doing that if they didn't see us as a threat.
Well, we're the biggest threat that they go ever have. You know why? A white man need a gun to kill us. We can zip down our pants and F them out of existence.
Yeah.
We never ever have to pick up a gun.
Well, and then you look at like how influential we are. You look at like, every parts of the world wants to emulate, Black Americans, people in this landmass. So it's like,
they just don't want to be us.
Yeah, they just don't want to be us.
Yeah.
But we have so much influence, so that actually shows us how powerful we actually are. If we did come together, then we'll probably rule the world, bro. And just in all honesty,
not probably. It would be very easy.
Yeah.
If we can get this gang banging on each other wherever we live at, I don't care if it's in the continent of Africa or Cuba or whatever, if we can get away from this gang banging each other, you see what I'm saying, and come together, there's no place to have more resources where we could have the best. Look, man, I live in California. Every time I'm going down the street, I see nothing but cargo coming from China.
Wait, what part of California you live in?
I'm in Southern California now. I used to live in Long Beach about 2 years ago, but I'm in Southern
Okay,
California.
yeah, I'm from LA as well. So okay.
You from LA? Yeah. I'm on I'm on 82nd Place. I run a business on 82nd Place. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
right
I
there,
used to
Firestone and 82nd, 87th Place. But as well as I know, you get on the 110, you get on the 405. You ain't got none but them cargoes coming from the shipyard with nothing but China writing on it, Asian writing on it. And so what I'm saying is, why is it that we can't have that same trade with our people in the continent and we can just stop fighting against each other?
Yeah.
We can always build that thing of understanding each other, but that don't mean we can do business. Hell, we do business with people outside our race all the time we don't like, and they don't like us, but we keep giving them our money. So what is it so bad about us? We can't even connect with somebody with the same melanin who have the resources, but we so busy trying to figure out who's more blacker than who. You understand? These type of simple third grade fights, and everybody else is getting rich on us fighting. Why is it? As much as I hate the hair and all that stuff, but if you go get it, why not own it? Why is it another group of people selling you something that you can own? They don't even wear it.
Yeah.
So if we just go out to do that, then okay, let's get down and get nasty with it. But we'll go to people, get our nails and our feet done and our hair done from people who don't even speak your language. You don't know what the hell they saying.
Yeah.
Anytime they're doing your feet and your nails, talking to each other, saying all kinds of stuff, you don't know what they saying. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you ain't paying. Look, man, when I first came to LA, it was $5 to get a manicure. You can't walk out of one of them shops now under $60, $70.
Yeah.
Them people are making the bucks.
Yeah.
And I know a sister who had 2 or 3 shops here. We wouldn't even cater to it, and they had nothing to do with the attitude. You know what I mean? For
Yeah.
some reason or another, we have a problem with dealing with each other, brother. We say we want unity, but hell, just like I say, we can't get rid of the N-word, much less the behavior.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny because I don't even think that we think about the things that we do. We just do it. Like they say, like we're taking back the word, but then all of a sudden we say, "Oh, this person can't use this word," and it's like, so it does have an effect on you still.
Right.
Like,
Right.
what I mean? So that means get rid of it altogether.
And think about this. I've been bringing this up for the last 20 years. We the only group of people have been into a situation that we have been tampered, traumatized, and our country currency have slave masters on it. That's be like living in Germany as a Jew and you had to spend money with Hitler on it. See, these are the psychological things we don't think about. Our current state won't even let us think about.
Yeah.
Do you know what it feels like of a woman who was SA'd by a man and she had to dig in her purse and pull out a piece of currency with his picture on it? And that's the way she made her living. See, we don't understand this traumatized that we're going through. But even though that is happening, we have to learn how to defeat. We can't stay in this squabble of blame game. We had to get up and do something for ourselves and get a model out there where our people can look at it and say, you know what? Them black people started off with nothing. And look at them now. We can have, where that DuBois that everybody likes to go, we can have a community like DuBois in this country. And we just get on board. It don't have to be all of us. Hell, it don't have to be. Look, man, we can do it with 400 people.
Yeah.
You go and buy some land in the South where the acres are less than $100 an acre and put a community on that, a thriving community. You build your military, your police force. You have rules, regulations, statute to move it in that type of place. You all have to be on one accord. You see what I'm saying? One journey. And our people would see that type of success. I see white people, man, get in vans, go buy old school buses and build them and carry them in the forest and drive around with them. I see people doing all type. I seen a man cut up a damn tree root and build a house in a tree root. So don't tell me that there's not things out there we can do to make our system better versus getting on this platform and cussing each other out every day.
Yeah, because my sister, you speaking of the South, and my sister was talking about like something that she was watching, and it was saying that Black people should move back South and start building with one another again, and then expand out once they done building with one another, But since we're not like we lack connection, we just don't build with one another anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guilty of this because I came out here and worked in Hollywood for 35 years. But having a house worth $800,000, and if I put it back in Georgia or North Carolina, it wouldn't be worth $150,000. That shows you the inflation of the average house in California. You won't find a house in California under $500,000. Point blank, you know that yourself. You know that for yourself, regardless of where it's at. So think about what we could do with that money if everybody just, you know what? I'm tired of other people coming in here and getting advantages over us. You know what? We're at the tip of the scale. Let's sell this. Do you know how much money that you would have if you sell and go back to the South and invest that in acres and then build a house and have over half of your money still in the bank? That you can have residual income making money on your money. But see, it's that hustle and bustle thing that I live in Cali. You know what I mean? That thing. I live in Cali. That represents something. So what we wear on our back is more important than who we are on our skin.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's definitely very tribal. It's definitely very tribal. Like, shoot, you been in LA, so it's like you even see the gangs. They were like, you can't really wear a cap. Like
Yeah.
they have like all the different caps to represent their
Yeah.
gangs, bro.
You don't know. You don't got what orange over here, red over here, blue.
Yeah.
But it ain't worse than it was in the 90s. Not in the 90s when I was in
No,
the
yeah, yeah,
nation.
yeah, yeah,
When I was on my post in the 90s, man, it was hell in the 90s. So,
yeah,
but I think Chicago and a lot of these other places have overstepped what we was doing in the 90s. Because
yeah.
if you really look at it, a lot of the OGs are older now, in jail or either in the graveyard. And I think the spread, what happened is the families wanted to get away from the gang and they took the gangs to other cities. I think there's more gang activity in Atlanta than it is in California
Well,
now.
you know what happened is that, and this is what I know. I guess I know from being like out there in Stockton by Sacramento. You
Okay.
know, like one of the teachers said they started gang banging when Colors came out. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? Like people started emulating Colors,
Right.
you know, of what was going on in LA. And then that's when I don't know everywhere else, but I know that's
Yeah.
what happened with like Sacramento and Stockton and stuff like that. Is
Yeah.
where when the gang started like really being
Right.
established
They
because of
made it
that movie.
fashionable. They make it
Yeah.
the movies in the okay. The 90s is pretty much when I was doing most of all my work. It was so much work in the 90s. There was so many black films coming out in the 90s that has never happened again. And I don't think it'll ever happen again. If you look at
Yeah.
most of all the films in the 90s, people still talk about them today because that's the influx and the power it had on our people. And so we just had so many like my favorite movie, Five Heartbeat. If it had came out and Boys in the Hood hadn't came out, it'd probably be the #1 movie of that time. But it came out when everybody was trying to do a gangster movie. You see what I'm saying? So people wasn't
Yeah.
even looking at that type of movie. Five Heartbeat didn't become very catching until it went to video. Now a lot of people have seen that movie, but it wasn't. It ain't do squat at at the theaters.
The movie
So what
theaters, yeah.
yeah. So what I'm saying is like, man, it's a struggle working with your people, but I have always say I ain't got nobody else to work with. And don't get me wrong, I'm not the person saying that loving yourself you got to hate another group. I'm just saying love yourself and you can work with any group.
Yeah.
But you got to love self first.
Yeah. You know, and that's why I was talking about like the aim, like, you know, okay, you game banging and you have to regulate it. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
your aim shouldn't be against other black people if that's
Mm-mm.
what you want to do. You know, if you want to be ratchet, your aim shouldn't be, you know, like polluting the black community.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it should be, you know, entirely different. Like it has to be. It's the same thing with like when you get like a lot of money. Like your aim has to be different, you know, for us as well. Put it back in
Right.
the community. But what happens is that they don't. They take it out of the community and they put it
Yeah.
into like another group's community,
Right.
you know, and then we just suffer. So, you know, you're right. We definitely gotta do better. You know, we
So,
definitely have to go back to being communities. I remember like Tupac was talking about having more community centers and
mm-hmm.
stuff like that. Like we need to get back to that, you know,
Right.
and start like raising the little kids because that's what it's about. As you was
Right.
talking about, you know, those are the future,
Right.
you know.
So,
And yeah,
young
go ahead.
man, what do you see the top 5 things that you think that, and I'm here just to listen. There's no wrong or right answer to this. As your eyes and your visual, what do you see the top 5? And anybody who wants to put it in the chat too, what do you see the top 5 things that black people need to do as a whole to move forward?
Well, I think the number one thing is that they have to love each other. I think that we have so much of a disdain for each other that we don't love each other, but that goes into like parenting and so forth. Like with us not loving each other, like we don't even love our partners that we're with, that we end up having children with. So we don't even give them love. So without giving them love, it kind of like pollutes the whole like system. It's kind of like what the like what it says, like what the thug life means. It's like the hate you give little infants F's everybody. That's what it is. Like we give these little infants hate, and all of a sudden they grow up hateful. You know, they can't appreciate the people at home, so they're not going to appreciate people outside their home. And people that look like them. I think that's one of the things is love, of course. And I also think that we build out. I think that we don't build with one another. We don't build at all with one another. Like, and so that's two, the love, and then the building with one another. Let me see. Another one is hmm, I hate to say it. I don't really. For me, I don't really do the interracial like relationships. I think
Yeah.
I think that's a problem as well. We
I
don't
say
see
don't,
we
there's
don't see
no
our
wrong and
women
right.
beautiful.
There's no wrong and right answer. Just say it as you feel it, brother. I'm
Okay,
not
well,
even gonna say anything after you say it. I just want to hear what you think as a younger man. What
well,
are the 5 things that you think we could do to improve ourselves?
I think that the lack of leadership within the men. You know what I mean? Like, like for whatever reason, men they kind of reject leadership. Like a lot of men is acting, a lot more feminine. I was talking about that before. Like the men are acting feminine. Let's say for example, like, I always say like if it I think that's what you said, like, teaching a woman, and so forth. Like if you can teach a child, you should be able to teach a woman as well. And I think that a lot of times we conform to the woman. Like they say, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't say that. Like, you have men talking about if you want to stay in a successful relationship, just be quiet or let her talk. And it's like, nah. Like if you have something to say, you have to say it. And in all honesty, women respect that a lot more than you just being quiet. For whatever reason. I mean, shoot, if you talk to anybody that's married, they'll tell you that when you're quiet, all of a sudden an argument comes about. And I actually genuinely feel like when go against like whatever it is that a woman is saying, it recharges them.
Right.
For whatever reason, I feel like psychologically it makes them feel valued. And they look at you differently. Like, man, okay, I like him. He's a strong leader. you know
Right.
but but now it's like we conform to them. Like they say man, I don't like when you do this, I don't like it when you do that, I don't like when you do that, and you just conform to whatever they say, but they're not conforming to anything that you say.
Yeah.
you know so who is the leader in that situation? And also it's like when you look at a job and you have like a lot of employees and you have to get the most out of those employees. It's like, okay, this type of leadership isn't working, let me try this leadership, let me try this style of leadership, let me try. Like they don't even go through the different styles of leadership. you know they just think the leadership is one size fits all. And
Right.
it's like, nah, that's not. Like the Kobe leadership wasn't the same as Magic Johnson leadership.
Right.
You know what I mean? One size doesn't fit all. It's about results.
Yeah.
What are the results that you're getting out of the situation? So I think that we have a lack of leadership within the men. And I think that men don't value black women. The black men don't value black women. You know, and I think that that's a terrible thing. And we can go into like the women don't value the black. But the thing is though is that if men value like black women, women will just come to you. That's just what it is. You know what I mean? Like, if you set a better example, they'll just be better. That's just what it was. Because if you look at, the 60s and so forth, like those women are totally different than what we're seeing now. They're totally different. So what was the flip? The men were different.
Okay.
So yeah, I
So
think
what would we
so.
say? What would we say 4? We up to 3. Get the
Okay.
number 4.
So 4. Let me see. 4 is so leadership, building with one another, love, man. Of course, being together. Wait, would that be love? Being
Yeah,
together?
family
Like,
and love. Yeah, you love each
yeah,
other. Yeah.
okay, that's okay, so that's together. Man, that's 3, 4. I can't think of the 4th one right now.
Well,
Let me
you got
think.
the 5th one coming right behind the 4th one now.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm like. I'm trying to, man.
Are you amazed that a lot of people don't have these conversations?
Yeah.
Nobody ever asks them 5 things that they can do to put the pulse on the black community to change our outcomes.
Well, education as well. That's a big thing. So I'll add that. I think that we have also got away from that is educating,
Right.
each other. Because it doesn't just have to be school and education. It's education be at home as well. And we just don't. Like, I feel like we got away from it because I feel like we work so much that we feel like we don't even have to come home and raise the children. We feel like the schooling is just gonna raise the child when nah. Nah.
Yeah,
They
August,
learn
we
this from
still
their
here.
parents.
I was talking to
Yeah.
August. She's asked, "Was we still here?" Rose asked, "Was we still here?" She got up and get some water. And what would be your 5th?
Yeah. So educate. So okay. And my
That's
my
4.
5th one will be, man, let me see, 5th. Man, educate. Oh man.
It's right there at your nose, and you letting it pass you right by. It's there. I know it's there because as soon as I mention it, you go say
I
it.
know, I know that's why I'm trying to because I see things as like a process, and that's
Yes,
how I
sir.
like, process, pun intended. That's how I process things. Of it has to align, and man, just say it, just say it. You know what I mean? Because it's
Okay,
gonna
all
affect
right.
me.
So I love all the things you said through the 4 to all the way to the 4. But my number one thing is, brother, we gotta get God back in our life.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah,
That's number one.
yeah,
Because everything gets from that. And I ain't say religion.
yeah.
Because
Spirituality.
religion don't got so far away from God, you don't know if you go in there, she gonna be twerking or shouting in the church. And
Yeah,
so if we don't get God back in our life, we don't have a foundation to build anything on. Because it
yeah,
has to be something outside of you that you believe in that gives you that extra push. That's like your homeboys, like you down and you playing a sport, right? You
yeah,
down, you don't miss the last 3 shots, and you're like, man, we know you can do it, man. Just go out there and let's win this game. You having that foundation and them brothers having that confidence in you gives you the confidence to go out there and make that free throw. You understand what I'm saying? So
yeah,
first we got to have a good foundation for all the rest of the 4 things you gave me. And I
yeah.
think out of all of that, God is missing out of our life, bro. We'll get on
Dead.
stage and say, thank you, God, and we halfway naked. On stage, getting a trophy.
Yeah,
But we'll say, thank God, like God got to do anything with this devil shit.
yeah,
So we play with the creator. You
yeah.
understand? And
No, that's funny.
the energy that you put in, because holistic way of thinking, God is energy.
Yeah,
It can never be killed. Even a rock has energy in it. That's why it could be a one look 1/20th of a year and another look at the other 20th. A diamond don't become a diamond just because it is a diamond. It goes through a process. Everything in this universe is alive. And everything in this universe has an electrical current to it. So if you don't want to look at God at anything else other than energy, there's 7 people have died in my house, bro, since I've been doing this for the last 4 years. And I'm telling you, the smallest person that died in my house, I went to make the body proper for the people to come and pick up. And that body felt like it was 500 pounds. There was no less of an organ, no less of a leg, no less of a finger. The only thing left that body was energy. Now, we can call it spirit, we can call it whatever we want to call it. But I'm telling you, they couldn't get no electrical pulse out of that body. And it made that body twice as hard as it was when it was living, as heavy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not telling nobody what they believe, their faith, or wherever they move, Christian, Islamic, 5-day adventure, 7-day adventure, Jehovah's Witness, Hare Krishna, Israelite. You can have any special, any spiritual knowledge. But if you ain't living by it, you ain't practicing by it, you see what you see now. The problem is not as the difference of the religion, is none of them is practicing what they're reading. And so until we get to that, to real true, one God, one creator, regardless of what name you call it, whatever your spiritual documents are, if you read it and you living by it, you're going to see a different outcome. So I don't tell people pick and choose. I'm not getting in that type of fight because that's whatever works for you. Because there's some people on this earth believe that cow is God and they're doing a lot better than we are. So what I'm saying is we don't have a belief system.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Money has become our God.
Yeah. It's funny because they say the root of all evil is the love of money.
Yeah.
And
not money itself, but the love of it.
The love of it. Yeah. The love of
this
it.
This is live. Somebody asked, was this live? Yes, it's live. It's California time, 3:44.
3:44. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is live. I know on the East Coast it's like past 7
6:44.
o'clock. 6:34. Yeah, 3 hours. Yeah, 6:34. Yeah, getting close to 7 before the hour. Let me see a couple.
Yeah.
No, what 16 minutes before the hour. But anyway,
Yeah, speaking
that's
of
my number one premise is we gotta get God gotta be number one on our list. Not religion, God.
because because you gotta think like with God, the main thing about God as well is that if you don't believe in God, then you're always going to be limited. You always gotta look at somebody that's is greater than you, that you feel like is perfect, that can do all. And you want to reach that level and expand outside of yourself. You say, okay, I can do better because God is the example of better. But if you don't have God in your life, then you're always going to be in this limited, state that you're in, where you just feel like, well, it is what it is.
Yeah, I don't have people passing my house who didn't believe in God. But as soon as they get to that close to that time, they start talking about God, bro.
Yeah.
Ain't failed yet, not one time. I mean, I have had true atheists in my house. And when it get close to that time, they change their tune.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And well, let me ask you, like, why do you think that is? Why do you think that they changed the tune?
Because it's better to accept something you don't know to be true and have faith in it than going and being stupid and saying it's not something, and there's nothing in this universe built itself.
Mm-hmm.
And if it did build itself, how did it build itself? By energy. So whatever you might think, I don't disapprove of people about the practice of how God is celebrated and practice of it. Yes, I could be turned off about a lot of that. But to say it don't exist because the people is not practicing it the way it should be practiced, now that's what I have a problem. Because you got a lot of people profess to be something and they don't know what they're confessing to be. It goes back to that record Stevie Wonder made. If you have never heard it, go back and listen to it. People in the chat and people who might be listening to this in the future. It's called Superstitious.
Mm-hmm.
Go listen to that record. It'll open your eyes up to a lot of stuff when you understanding the meaning of what he's saying.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's a fact. That's a fact. Because it's I do think it's interesting because like a lot of individuals say, I don't believe in God, I believe in science. It's like, well, science is your God.
Mm-hmm.
Like it doesn't matter what you call it, it is what it
Yeah.
is.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like God isn't even like God's name. It's a title. Like nobody knows God's real name.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like no matter what you call God, it's
The
God.
creator. It's the creator.
Yeah.
There has to be something that has the control, just like you do, to create. You can't create a moon, a star, or whatever. There has
Yeah.
to be something. I don't care if you call it the Big Bang Theory or whatever. That was part of creation. So
Yeah.
so however you want to look at it, people are so confused with this because having the fortune to go to Africa and see Southern Kemet and see the things that was written on a wall and inside them tombs with a man with a spaceship, with a man with a spacesuit on, with stealth bombers that nobody would say was a bird. To see all that stuff on the wall, it makes me understand, oh man, maybe all this stuff is intertwined, the matrix and all this. Maybe we go through cycles, thousands of years of cycles where we do the same thing. You see what I'm saying? We do the same thing and we get so far advanced and then we go back to bare minimal understanding of human life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's I that's why I say still at my age I'm still learning, because I believe any man or woman who think they know it all, they already did.
Mm-hmm.
Because the things I thought I know so much about is just a smallest essence of a sand grain that I thought I knew.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And I think, believe it or not, science proved God more than science proved what people think it's proven.
Yeah. I agree. I actually agree. And I always think it's funny because like like I said, like God is just a title, but they change the title and they feel like it's not God. you know,
Yeah.
like, and they move past that. And like you were saying, and that's how I move as well, is that, I always say like a wise man knows, nothing at all. And that's how I move like that. I don't try to act
Well,
like I know it all. I just continue learning.
and I don't really try to change people's belief, but I always tell them keep both your eyes and both hands on the steering wheel of your results. If you're
Yeah.
doing fine, that's why I say people who believe God is a cow do just fine. So what I'm saying is, whatever path and journey you on, whatever you can gravitate and it helps you in life and it's pure and it makes you a decent person, then you ain't gonna have you ain't gonna have no spiritual game bang. I'm gonna say, hey brother, just keep it going, sister. Because
Mm-hmm.
anything that makes you a decent human being, I don't think the creator will ever get upset with you being a decent human being. I
Yeah.
don't met some bad people who was Muslims. I don't met some bad people who was Christian. I don't met some bad people just in general. So I'm saying is, no house is built on a rocky foundation. And you expect in the future that it's gonna withstand what's about to come. That's what this country is going through now.
Yeah.
This country is going through a reset, and most people they ain't even seen it. We haven't came back from the COVID-19. I said COVID-19, so you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
We haven't got back from that. Man, we still floating. Believe it or not, we still floating. You can't go through that many years of somebody telling you to be an individual, because that's what that 6 feet was all about. That was about you not getting together. It was teaching you how to be an individual.
Yeah.
We haven't got back from that yet.
Yeah.
The movies are gonna show you that. The club scene gonna show you that. Everything that was done before 2018, go back and look at the numbers and look at the numbers today. All the stuff we do today is totally against social. Most movies that come out on the theater you can see on your computer today or your smart TV.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So they have taught us that we can survive if they keep us separate.
Yeah. You know, I also think that we move backwards too much rather than moving forward. And you know, and when I say that, it's like we talk about Black Wall Street, we talk about Rosewood, we talk about Black Harlem and so forth. You know, and we never try to get back to that state. Like it's like it's kind of like what we're talking about in terms of like whoopings. It's like they whooped us to the point that we don't have imagination anymore.
Yep.
You know, and we can't move forward to even trying to establish something as great as what we keep on talking about.
Right. Think about this, and I'm gonna leave this God conversation alone.
Yeah.
If God is in everything, why do you separate yourself?
That's interesting. That's powerful.
Well, you know we got a habit of doing that.
Yeah.
We'll say that right quick. God is everywhere. He's in everything, you know. It's everywhere. Then why have you separated yourself from that?
It's crazy because you get like, you know, a lot of people that just talk, you know, and don't really like, they just talk just to talk rather than listen, understanding what they're saying, you know. And then when you bring like logic, like what you just said, they don't really know how to answer it because they haven't even thought about it.
Like we got a person in the chat that says your imagination is limited to your environment. Well, you are correct, but people didn't learn how to cook food when GM came up with a stove. Hell, people was cooking food way before GM came up with a stove. People was building pyramids way before people was building houses.
Yeah.
So what are we really saying? I think people in general do the things they do in the time they are in. And they do it to the max. They're always looking at how to improve something. That's just the way man mind work, to improve. He's a creator too. And so just because it don't look the same, but if it has the same function, then what are we talking about? We just talking about versions now.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. You know, I definitely agree. And it's like, yeah, like, you know, because
bro, I when you say stuff, well, hold on for a minute. When you say stuff like pyramids are not that old, you know what? I'll let you have the conversation in the chat. Just keep it going, because I'm not going to disagree with you. If you say they're 10 years old, I'll believe with you. So, fine. Cool, fine. You got more pyramids in Mexico you have in southern Egypt. You got pyramids all around this earth.
You actually have.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was gonna say like there's actually more like there's more pyramids and temples and mounds out in the Americas than it is actually out in Africa.
Right.
Like we have like 2,000 and so forth, rather than they only have like 200, I believe.
Right. So there must have been a time when people had some advanced science that they were able to create these things. So I'm cool with you saying they're not that old. That's fine. Cool. They're not that old. Well, however old they are, we still have a problem with all our machines and AI and everything else, how they was built.
Yeah.
The precision of them is throwing us off the block.
And they actually
how did the Dagon people map out the solar system before there was ever a telescope?
Yeah, because they actually said that they don't even know how they built the pyramids yet.
So when you start thinking about history and patterns, we can say it's 10 years old, 6 years old, but then we have to start asking ourselves the serious question. How did these group of people that you call savages was able to map out the solar system till less than 15 years ago? The X star that they seen, and when they mapped it out, we didn't see it till we got a machine to be able to see it. And now we have to say they were 100% of how they mapped it out. How was these people able to do that?
Yeah.
So it's somewhere. We got the smartphone. Let me ask you, Mr. D, how many numbers can you remember by heart?
I always talk about that when I go up to the cash register, because they ask me like my number to, for like if I'm saving, and I always got to think about it, like my number, like I don't really know that many numbers by heart anymore, because all you doing is just pushing the button, pushing the thing, and it goes straight to it, rather than back in. Well, no, okay, go ahead. No, my bad.
In the 70s, I had the little telephone you roll around like a wheel. Then we got the digital phone.
Yeah, the Rolodex.
But I know all my aunts and uncles and my dad's home phone number. I know my home phone number and all my aunts and uncles. And the reason I say that is when something is consistently telling you it is smart, really what it's saying about you about to become dumb.
Yeah.
Because as I know, when you break an arm, break a leg, break a hip, have an operation, when you are in that casket for that period of time, you have to learn how to move them limbs and them joints. And what has happened to this thing that we call the brain? We have so much assistance, and with this new technology, that people can't even get around town anymore without using a GPS.
Yeah.
So you can play with me if you want to. You can say all that crazy stuff you want to say. But I say if you take what I'm saying and you really look at it, it puts some questions on your mind that you may not be able to answer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I don't know if you're similar, in your household, but because I'm from Southern California, and I know my parents, well, not my parents, but my grandparents, they didn't let me watch TV. Like there was a TV in the house, but they didn't let me watch TV. They used to tell me, go outside. This is just for decoration. Kept telling me to go outside. Like they didn't really want me to, be distracted by the TV. They wanted me to, to expound, to, go out there and experience. So, it's different now where.
Okay,
you
so
said, what? No, go ahead.
I guess it's whoever's trying to match they with me. The oldest human being found on this planet, I think, is up to almost close to 2 million years old. So I don't know where you get the 500,000 for it. And then I know you're gonna come back after me after that, and then you're gonna say, well, carbon testing is not a proven thing. Well, it's the only damn thing we got. So we ain't had no problem with other stuff. So what I'm saying is, I don't know how old they is, but I know this much: it's older than any spirituality book that was ever written.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it's interesting too, because like we don't even experience or explore anymore. You know, so when we talk about like GPS, for example, we don't even explore. Like, you know, like even in our own city, like we go, like we know all about that city, but let's just say like we move to a city that we don't know, like we don't even explore that city.
Mm-mm.
You know, and we
We
don't
know
know we
more.
don't know anything about that city.
Right. And we keep going up in space. I think most of our answers is in the ocean.
Yeah. Yeah.
We haven't went the depths of the ocean as well as we have went up in space.
We can't go far enough down.
Right. So a lot of our answer might be in the thing that is our body is made up. What is our body made up as? What do it have more than anything? It's water.
Well, even, you know, and it's funny because, you know, yeah, I just read the chat and it's like there's no such thing as being lost. Like, you know what I mean? Like what lost is like, okay, I can't find my way. And then you find your way, you know, and then it's like, are you lost or are you just not like trying to explore how to get to where you need to go?
To
You
your
know what I mean?
next
Like,
level. To your next
yeah,
level. You're not
yeah,
lost when you're a baby. You're going
yeah.
through a journey.
You know, it's interesting because you would just like that's actually a defeatist mentality. Like because people would just like sit there and say, dang man, I'm lost. You know, you're defeated. Like
Yeah.
it's like, okay, well, figure it out. You know?
I'm only paying it some attention because the host has went to sleep. He go wake up in a little bit. He probably take his son out. So
Yeah.
this is a way we can keep the conversation moving because I don't want to leave his channel and leave him snoring on his channel. When he wakes up, then we'll end this show. But until he
Yeah.
wake up, we go try to keep it moving and at least talk about something. Come on, we can talk about something. And
Well, that
so, go
okay,
ahead.
so let's talk about like what we are just talking about because you know all these smartphones and technology is actually making us dumber. You know, like when I was and I say that I know that for a fact because when I was in the 90s, for example, you know, I knew pretty much everybody's number. Everybody. I remember them by heart. You know what I mean? When I was in high school, like I remember everybody's number by heart. Like, you know, now I don't remember any numbers. You know, I remember names. You
Right.
know, and then I go to that name and then I just pushed it. Don't even look at the number. You know, so
Right.
so that tells you that you're missing steps.
Yep.
You're missing step. It's making you dumber. You're not even understanding about the process. That's why when you have a conversation with somebody, they over there, they're not even listening to everything that you're saying. They're listening to segments and pieces of what you're saying, and then they grab it and they lean on that, and you're like, yo, I said like a whole paragraph. You know, everything is connected. Like, you know, you
Okay.
take the piece out of it, you take the context out of it.
So
Go ahead.
when you don't use something, do you when you don't use something, whoever that is in the chat, do you put yourself into limitations? And if you just before you answer that, I'm gonna give you something else to digest. Why is it when you are playing a sport and your sport is over, why do you have to come back and get in shape again if you don't lose something?
Mm. Mm.
Can you answer that?
Yeah, everything's a muscle. You have to work it out. Like you have to work out everything. You know, if you don't lose it, you lose it.
I'm waiting.
It just, yeah, man, it just is what it is. And that's just the facts of life. You know, I mean and you know it's funny because that's why people get fat when they get older because they're not even as active anymore.
No, and you get stiffer and everything else.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's primed to happen because look, I got a video of me working out. It's working out, and I do one about every 5 years, just to let people know that I'm in shape and I'm out there. But I noticed when I sit around and I just stay on this computer, whatever, and this job in the last 4 years, that it has taken a toll on how my body responds. Seriously, it done took a toll on it. I used to get up every Saturday and know that I was from 12 o'clock to about 4:30, 5 o'clock, sometime 11, sometime 10, depends, that I was be out there with them young guys, and we would be running 4-on-4, and we go play for the whole day. I guarantee you, I couldn't get out there right now.
Yeah.
I probably can play one pickup game. You see what I'm saying? But if I got back out there and started doing it every week, instead of like I say, because each sport, you have to get conditioned for that sport. I don't care what you're doing in this sport, but to get conditioned for that sport is something totally different. So,
Yeah.
it's okay.
Yeah. You know, because it's like,
which eye you want me to open, brother? My 2 eyes or my third eye?
man, I mean, you know, because you have children and you see how flexible those children are. And then when you see as they get older, they're not even as flexible because they're not even working out those muscles anymore. They're not stretching or doing anything anymore.
You have to almost break their arms to come in the house.
Yeah.
Shoot, you get once you get past 40 and 50 years old, hell, you have to break your arm to get you out of the house.
Yeah.
So that just shows you your activity has a lot. I mean, when I went to Africa and I started seeing 70 and 65, 70-year-old women playing soccer, and they went out there stiff and stuff, I was like, man, this is a joke how we teach our people in our country.
Yeah, that's a fact. You know, that's a fact. You know, because it's like once you get a car, it's like, well, I don't even need to walk anymore. I can just drive. you know, and then you have a job, a car. It's like, oh man, I don't even have no time to work out anymore. All of a sudden you building weight. You know, you just letting that stuff go. And then you look at your old picture, you like, damn, I don't even look like that anymore. Man, why is that, man? I don't even know why. And you talking about your metabolism. Nah, your metabolism don't want to move because you don't want to move.
Okay, so the person in the chat, go back and do the study on when it wasn't more than only one car per household versus 5, and where in California, I don't know where he or she might be living at, but in California, the average cars in the garage is more than 3. Tell me what the human weight and size was before we started having a car for everybody, when people used to actually walk 2 or 3 blocks to the grocery store versus jumping their car for 2 or 3 blocks and go to the grocery store. So don't tell me things. I don't know how old your age may be in the chat, but I do know this much. When you take away physical exercise from human beings, you've seen it in schools. Some of the schools took away the PE, physical ed. People more to drive on their cars, scooters, and everything else. There's not that much exercise in it. Oh yeah, y'all got some of the strongest fingers in the world because y'all play with that PlayStation. I ain't gonna say nothing about your finger strength because I know that your pimp hand is strong when it comes down to that controller. But the rest of your body is totally out of shape.
Yeah.
And that's your technology for you.
Yeah. That's what technology is. I mean, you gotta think if you're not doing something yourself, why do you think that you're gonna be better in it? Like that's like somebody playing basketball and you think you're gonna be good at basketball because they're playing basketball. Like, nah, you gotta actually
watching
play
boxing,
basketball.
you become a world champion. Watching boxing, you can become a world champion. Not getting in the gym working out, not doing the speed bag, not doing the ropes, not doing the shallow boxing, but just watching somebody, you go become. Yeah, that works on PlayStation, but it don't work in real life.
That's crazy. I never heard of stuff like that. You know, like, and the greatest example is why you can't remember numbers. Why can't you remember numbers? You can't remember, you can't remember your own girlfriend's, your mom, your dad's, whoever's number. The cop asks you, hey, what's your number? You don't have your phone on you? Oh man, I don't even know. Like, you get locked up and you don't have your phone, you are stuck.
Look, man, my friend called me the other day, and his mom passed away about 20 years ago. And he said, I said, O'Neal, you remember your telephone number? He like, oh man, I don't have so many cellular phones, and we talking about way back in the 70s.
Yeah.
I like, look here, man. Your mama's telephone number was 704-525-260. And he was like, how do you remember that number? Before I got it all out of my mind, I was like, man, you was my best friend. That has stuck in my head. And I'm 66 years old now. So it just shows you, I use the computer a lot. There's nobody can tell you that I have to use it to run my business. And I'm talking to y'all over my computer now. I'm not talking to you over your cellular phone. And when I tell you this, outside the beeper, I don't take a cellular phone, and I have two. I have the 12 and the Android, best of all phones. I don't take them outside the house. And people say, don't you think that's kind of dangerous? People got to get in touch with you. I was like, man, let me tell you something. People was getting in touch with me way before it was any cellular phone.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
then what they say, well, what happened if it was an emergency? I say, I'm like Prince on that one. Everybody else got one. I can tell anybody call 911.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, I just look at things. Look, I'm not one to speak against. I love electronics. I make music with electronics. I make music and I keep my files with the computer. I keep up with every telephone call I ever make, everything I ever do on my computer where I have a paper trail, or should I say gigabyte trail. So I'm not hating on anything, but I'm saying look around at you with 65% of us overweight.
Yeah.
Most of us taking psycho drugs. We got a name for everything now. For every element, we got a drug for it. So I'm just saying, looking at the condition, bro, you can say what you want to say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, why is this society not as smart as it used to be? You know? Like, come on. Like we really got critically think. I mean,
Well,
just like the person in the chat said, like these little kids now don't even know how to tell time.
yep.
You know,
You
it got to
you
be
wait.
digital for them to
We
tell.
really y'all world. I hope to be here until I'm about 125 years old. But after I leave this world, regardless of when I leave it, y'all gonna have to wrestle with AGI. I ain't talking about no AI. Y'all gonna have to wrestle with AGI. AGI gonna start kicking y'all ass.
Mm-hmm.
AI is doing a good job of it now, but you wait till AGI, and people who don't know what AGI, look it up.
Yeah, you know, like the point. Okay, so I was looking at the chat, and you know, like okay, so the point of what we're saying is that you have to work out everything. You know, it doesn't have to be physical, but you still have to, you know, think of why this is. You know, it's kind of like when you go to like math, for example, and they tell you to show your work. If you don't know how to get to that, if you don't know how to get to the answer, then you just don't know how to do it. You don't know how to solve whatever it is that you're doing. You know, like if
Go ahead.
okay, go on. My bad. Did you say something, OG?
Yeah, I would say go ahead. I was gonna say I remember when they first started letting kids use calculator in math class to do math. That's why they can't
Yeah,
count at the cash register today. You let the
yeah,
cash register go down, they can't count, man.
yeah. You have
They cannot count. You let them see you giving them a $20 bill and you haven't pulled out the change yet. Pull out that change when they open that cash register. They be like, "No, I just have to take this the change," because they don't want to take the change because the cash register is not telling them how much change they have to give you back.
yeah. You know, and you know, and whatever you want to call it, like whether it be like a muscle, whatever you want to call it, you have to work it out. Like, you know, you have to work it out. Like if you know, if you don't work out your memory, you're gonna have your memory is not gonna be good. It's just not.
Yeah,
You know this.
most people
Yeah,
don't count their money when they get back from the store. They just believe that The receipt and the cash register ain't gonna make no mistake. They don't know how to count themselves. They don't count their money. But then you see old people, they be looking at their receipt before they got out the door. They be looking at everything. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't cheating me, because they be knowing, you know what I mean? Well, you charged me too much. That said it was on sale back there. So, hey, look, whatever rock your boat, we're not here to argue with you. We're just trying to have a conversation. Nobody calling you smart, stupid, dumb, intelligent, or whatever. My thing is, if it works for you, then keep on doing what is working for you. If it ain't working for you, this message is just not for you. You can, look, that's one thing you can't get back in life. Brother or sister who's there and they're typing in the chat. That's time. You can never get that back. So you can be investing your time in something that goes along with your thesis of life on some other place, other than sitting up here trying to change the mind of me or the person that I'm talking to. We just having a conversation. And you throwing all this stuff out and you throwing it against the wall, and I'm pretty sure you're probably very intelligent. But you're intelligent in the things that works for you.
Yeah. You can't really be intelligent outside of that. I mean, if you're not really working out your intelligence, then you're just going to be limited in what you know. It just is what it is.
So,
you know,
I would volunteer my time if you got a space that you don't build and you got some things going on, brother. I ain't punching down. Show me your results of whatever your mindset has made you able to produce that in large can help humankind. Hey, I'm the first one in that line. Because I told you from the beginning, I don't know everything. I'm just a student of a student of a student.
Yeah, because I still don't understand. Like, if you're not doing something yourself, then how you know how to do it? I still don't understand that. Like, can you please explain this to me? If you're not doing something yourself, how do you know how to do it? You know, so
really
everything needs to be worked out.
Only thing I know, women are still beautiful.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take them for nothing in the world. Big, tall, short, one leg, one arm. I don't care how they look. There's some beauty about that woman. And so, yeah, I have my gripes against certain things and certain things women are doing. But just like everything else, I don't complain about the people who want to drive around in Florida, Ford Explorers. I'm cool. I'm cool with my Mopar. You see what I'm saying? It gets me around, and what I would do, you think I'm gonna spend all my life trying to figure out how I can get people to buy more Mopars, Chryslers?
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna enjoy mines. I'm not gonna complain about the car that was shitty. I had a Pinto way back in the 70s. That was the most shitty cars I ever had. But I ain't gonna spend the rest of my life talking about that damn shitty ass car. I'm gonna talk about the car I like. So, so that's the way I look at life. Now you can look at it in any way you want to, and people have different theses of life, and I understand that. And that's why I give everybody freedom. You woke now, True? Trey? Oh, that is Leosa.
Now Leosa's on mute. It has to be Trey. Trey?
You awakened now?
Nah, he probably just was turning over.
Oh yeah, he probably got about 2 more cows or 3 bears. He got to call in before he get back up. I know that alarm gonna be going off around about 7 something though. Let me see where we at. Yeah, we after 7 now. We at 7:20. By 7:30, that alarm will go off.
Yeah.
My dad have had a car accident that was a shitty car too. Okay, yeah. So who you know who have had a bad car spend their lifetime talking about the bad car? Humans just we might talk about it for the time we had it, but when we got rid of it, when we got something better, we talking about, this is the best car I ever had. Yeah, that was Trey. He was getting that second win in. Yeah, that was him. He hitting the hogs now. He calling the pigs now. But anyway, so this is why when I come in these conversations is there has to be a time when you stop complaining about what you don't want, how you see the world, versus starting to have confidence how you can change the world to being what you want to see. That's a much harder job, and I understand why people take the easy out. But until we understand there's work behind anything, we're going to always get these conversations.
Yeah.
We're going to always get these conversations wrong.
Yeah. You know, and I think that we don't take the time out to do the work. You know, we have gotten lazy.
It's harder.
Yeah.
It's like my neighbor, every day I have to be up at nighttime. People wonder why, man, you be up in daytime, you be up at night. Well, with these people in the house who are having these mental challenges, I have to be up. I can't depend on the smoke alarm. I can't depend on the alarms. I actually have to be up where I can hear. And when they're in the daytime, I can sleep, you know. And it might be it might not be the greatest thing, because I do know that the melanin that we get from the pull of the moon comes between the hour of 9 to 12 at night. I understand that. But when I took on this responsibility, that's one of the things I have to sacrifice until I'm ready to make a different move in life.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah. You know, yeah, we definitely don't want to. I was reading the chat. Yeah, we definitely don't want to do the physical activity.
Right.
You know, we definitely don't want to do that. You know, like we want things to come easy. And I think that, you know, going to like the smartphones and stuff like that, like, you know, it makes getting information and a lot of different things easier. GPS, it makes it like, you know, understand where we're going easier. You know, so
okay, go ahead, because I'm finna
oh no,
kick some
I'll say
dirt under his shoes.
Yeah, I'll say this and then I'll land. I was saying that, you know, since it makes things easier, it kind of just, you know, makes it so we don't really want to do the overall work of doing something because we think that life is easy. You know, everything is like microwave.
Right. So he said I should just get rid of it and throw it away. Sir, obviously you are into certain parts of my conversation that you want to pick and choose what you want to deal with in my conversation. One of the first things I did say is that we can use anything to our advantage. But when we start putting it first, that's where the problem comes in. It's just like money. Everybody needs, in this society, need money. Ain't nobody throwing no money away. But when money become your God and it become more important than you, that's where the problem slide in. Technology, I told you, ain't nothing wrong with technology. But the last time I was on the bus and I was sitting down, everybody had their cellular phone out. They weren't even paying attention where the driver was going and what was going on or anything. I see people walking down the street. They headed straight in their cellular phone. They got on these damn earphones. They can't hear anything. So if a car was running out of control, they couldn't even hear if the car was about to hit them. What I'm saying is, there's nothing wrong with using something to your advantage. But when it becomes you, then that's where the problem comes in. Oh, that's Troy. He getting ready to wake up in a minute. Usually when they get like that, they getting ready to wake up.
Yeah, he out for the 10 count.
Yeah, he like he in the fight with Mike Tyson right about now.
Like it's crazy because he woke up for a little bit. You know, he wasn't snoring, and then like you know, he get that second win.
Yeah, usually when they start doing it loud like that again, they get ready to wake up.
Yeah,
they be the last chance to dance. And
The Last Dance.
yeah, man.
That's crazy.
I don't want to leave the stream and have somebody can clip it, and then be totally embarrassed. At least there are some people on here talking. You understand? But,
Like, bro, you was over there snoring for an hour.
yeah, well, we're going about 2 hours now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, yeah, man, I remember when I first booted up my channel and I wasn't getting no traffic, right? And I just decided one day I would go change my title. And I said, I came home and found my girlfriend having sex with my dog.
What?
Listen what I just said. I said,
You said, wait, say that again?
My girlfriend was having sex with my dog. Now, there's more than one way you can take that with. My dog could be my friend or it could be my four-legged friend.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Yeah, I said that just to see what my traffic would be. Man, I had people sitting there waiting for me to come on. So it shows you that what we were saying earlier, that we have got this thing in our brains that we have turned into a Hoover vacuum cleaner. We want all the dirt. I know channels that talk about finance and how to structure your finance, get your credit together and everything, and them be some of the less people in them channels at all time. But let a fight break out. Man, you talking about getting the popcorn ready, getting juicy, and it's just, and you got to understand, this stuff come out of the 70s. This stuff didn't come out. Look at all them TV programs that would Esquire and all these others newsprint and shows coming on TV that deal with nothing but negativity. So we've been programmed systematically. These humans in the United States been programmed to be drawn towards negativity, white, black, green, whatever. And we don't see that as being a problem. Something wrong. How we expect our children to go to school and learn? And when they're at home, the only thing you tuning in is something negative. So when they go to school and see something positive, they go reject it. I don't want to be part of that. Man, that class boring, man. They don't be having no excitement in there. Ain't nobody fighting. I can do my timetable. If a fight would break out every once in a while, I count the punches. So that's the kind of madness that we instill in our children.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. Like, yeah, when you don't see anything positive and you just see anything but negative, all of a sudden you be accustomed to it.
Yeah, coming home to Jerry Springer. You
Yeah.
7 years old, and you coming home to Jerry Springer and your mom saying, "Get out of my way. I ain't got time to look at your report. Yeah, just my show on, And you sitting up there looking at a bunch of garbage.
Yeah.
Instead of taking that time and deal with reality, because Jerry Springer was not reality. I had friends who used to go on audition for the show. I wouldn't do shows like that. I told my agent, close me down to any shows like that. And so what I'm saying is, we're so captivated about negativity. And we'll get on the telephone. Girl, did you see that today on Jerry Springer? Oh, man, even dudes. Hey, man, you see, that girl had 5 dudes and they ain't find a daddy. Oh, Morris is the genius, So ain't none of that stuff help you, though. Ain't none of that stuff help you.
Yep. It definitely don't build you up,
Right.
psychologically, or don't build you up intellectually.
Right, and you just stuck into a false reality that is not affecting you personally. And you'll go and cover everybody with them stories. And not knowing that them people, way before they came on that show, you think Maura didn't know the outcome of that show? You think Jerry Springer didn't know when a fight was going to break out?
Mm-hmm.
Do you really believe that? I mean, most of them shows was done just like wrestling. It was practice. All them people went to them shows, they come and tell you years. I'm like, yeah, when we first got there, they gave us a good hotel. They gave us meals. They gave us first class. We had limousine drive. But then we had this little thing. When we go in the room, they say exactly how they wanted the show to go. And this go come in. It wasn't no surprises on them show.
Yeah, you know, I actually think that they dang, what was that movie called? I think it's called The Ringer. You know about the Jerry Springer? You know, like it was a movie about Jerry Springer and what happened, what he was saying, stuff like that. And it's true. It was all fake, bro.
Yeah. I had friends who made good. Look, I had this one friend. He was a black guy, and he's supposed to been like 20 something years old, and he didn't like nothing but older women. And I was like, man, how did you go on there and do that show? You don't like eating old money. Why would you go on there and tell the people you like old women? And he was like, look, man, they paid me $500 to do that show. I wasn't turning that down. Only thing I had to do is stay with the storyline.
Yep. Yeah.
And they had some old fake woman who act like she was his mama, said, I don't know what's wrong with my son. I don't know why he like these old women, these old women. And it's just, this is what I'm talking about. This is what them children that is raised today had to come home to and watch their parents watching stuff like that. And it got so good, they come on in the daytime and the nighttime. That's how good them shows had got.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's why I said, like, because it's, you know, I like to say, like, because those shows, you know, when you have a conversation about it, it just leaves you in a state of stagnation and not progression.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, that's all you doing is talking about it. But it's like, you know, what are you getting out of this conversation?
Yeah, where we
You
going
know?
with this? Where we
Yeah.
going at? How many people in your neighborhood look like this show you just seen?
Yeah.
Oh, you know, I think I had a cousin that did the same thing, but you know, we didn't pay that old fool no money. Yeah, I did have a drunk uncle used to fall on the floor and get drunk. But you know, that was at the family gatherings, and we just stopped him from coming to the family gathering. So that's what I'm saying is the littlest least things of negativity that happens in your life. I ask everybody, go outside for 24 hours and tell me everything that happened positive and everything that happened negative. And I guarantee you there are more positive things happen to you, but we concentrate on the negative thing. We can have a good day and somebody blow their horn, stick their finger over, we driving home. Everything else been perfect. And we'll go home and talk about nothing but that the finger been thrown up in the air.
Yeah. You know, like, it's funny because we make a whole world out of a snippet. Like, we'll see something like on the news or something like that. We like, man,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and then all of a sudden you comparing it to your life. When you go outside, you don't see anything like that.
Mm-mm.
You know, it's just a snippet. You know, and you over there making a whole world out of that.
Yeah, and that's why I say we got to deal with real reality. You know what I mean? And look, I ain't stopping nobody from making their money. I ain't stopping nobody want to discuss what they want to discuss. But somewhere in that mix, even the Jerry Springer show, he used to sit down at the end of the show and give his overview of what should be done, and it don't matches anything on the show. Hey, Trey, you up?
Up.
Oh God, dang, man!
Trey, you up? Hey Trey, we was holding
Man, that
on.
thing still going. That's crazy. Boy.
Trey, we were holding it on, but we didn't want you to be clipped and snoring.
Yeah,
on,
he was
on
over there snoring, bro.
So we kept it going until you woke up. We know when we heard that last snore that you was gonna wake up. I told him. Did I tell you that? I said he was in that last gear. He gonna wake up now by 7:30. What time is it now? I told you. Yep, 7:35.
Yep.
I fell asleep like a champ, boy.
Yeah, you did it, but I seen you earlier. So we just kept it going, Trey, until, you know, I didn't want your channel to be open. You just, people clipping you left and right.
Yeah, he just, yeah.
Hey, OG, I don't care. They clip out there.
I know, but I do.
I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
I know you don't, but I do.
Yeah, we know.
We
Yeah,
understand
we know.
you don't care, but I do. You know what I mean?
Hey,
So,
they clip me all day long.
yeah, Rose don't came back, had a drink of water, had 2 dates, came back in the chat.
Hold on.
I don't know where Leosa at. She just left hers. I don't know if she sleep. She went to work this morning. She's driving. No, ain't no kids going to school on Saturday.
Yeah, Leosa over there put on music at the play.
I was out of there, OG.
Oh, you were way out of there. You was in another sphere.
Yeah, at one point we thought it was Leosa that was snoring. We're like,
Yeah,
Leosa?
damn, what the hell? I say it sounds like a 57 Chevrolet with a bad muffler.
Oh man, nah, it's cool. But hey, did you sleep well though?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know I existed. You hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, you made a couple adjustments. I say, like, when he called that last pig in the house, then he gonna wake up about 7:30.
Nah,
Exactly.
I'm tired, boy. For real.
Yeah, I told him, I like, you, man, you be getting your grind on, got to carry your kid to practice and all that. And you've been doing this all week. So it's not like you've been getting a lot of sleep.
Yeah, your boy tired. I can't even lie, my boy.
Yeah. Well, you can shut it down. We ready to go. We just
Yeah,
wanted you to wake up and not leave it idle.
They clip it though. I'm telling you right now, they clip it all day long. They get all the jokes you can out. I promise.
But we had some good conversations.
I was like, you know what? I'm gonna sleep just fine.
Yeah. So me and D, we had some good conversations, and we kept you up in between the 20s and the 18 this time of the morning. So we did what we had to do.
All right, man. I'm gonna shut it down. I appreciate it, man. You're a real one, my boy.
Hey, no
Yes,
doubt, no
sir.
doubt.
Yeah, peace and love, and always strive for the true people. And have an amazing day today.
All right.
All right.
All right,
Yeah,
yeah.
y'all take care, bro.
Yes, sir.